come at you. They're going to hit you. And when the big guys get hit, they hit back. And I think that really helped Ed Jovanovski and Todd Bertuzzi the first 2 games on this trip because they got involved. And they're big, strong guys, and they play a lot better when they do get physically involved and emotionally involved. And they did in the first 2 games, and it showed with their better play.
Jovanovski played 30 minutes against Los Angeles, 30 minutes in Anaheim, and where Matthias Olin was the top defenseman in the first few games of the season, Jovanovski is wearing that mantle the last couple of games, and it shows the depth of this Canuck defense as Jovanovski's really stepped up. Now in Los Angeles, one thing that happened to the Canucks is they gave up goals on the only 2 shots they faced in the third period and fell behind in the game. But perhaps it's a sign of this newfound maturity where you talk about that they didn't come unglued.
And good coaching. Give Mark Crawford credit. A good timeout, not a screaming timeout, just a calm, good timeout. Yeah, guys play well, and they did. LA never had another shot.
And the Canucks came back on Marcus Naslin's goal after Crawford rallied the troops, were able to get the goal that tied it up.
And it wasn't one of Mark's tirades, and we've seen Mark yelling and screaming before. This was a nice calm, no spitting, no profanities. It was just a good timeout. Keep playing, guys, you're poised. And sure enough, they came back to win, to tie.
John, the gauge with which this 3-game trip in California is measured is what Colorado did. They got 5 of 6 points. The Canucks need another point to get 4 and stay close to what Colorado did.
Molson Canadian Canucks Hockey. Brought to you by the Molson Canadian Ultimate Road Trip. Must be legal drinking age, no purchase necessary. And by Subway. Eat fresh. Don Taylor at 10. Weeknights on Sportsnet News.
At the Coors Light Brewing Company, when it comes to bringing you an ice-cold, easy drinking taste, we'll be there. We'll be there when the bouncer says you, and you. We'll be there when you dip that chip not once, but twice. And we'll be there when you come face to face with destiny and her lovely colleague, Candy. Coors Light, why not take a silver bullet for the team?
It's a robot. It spins and it makes a noise. Pew, 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 pew. Boom. Pew, pew.
Right. Yeah, no, don't have it.
Honey, she doesn't have it. He's emailing it. Okay?
Oh, yeah, that guy. Yeah, I know the one. No, we don't have it.
The 1X network is here. Bell Mobility. Go to the next level.
You like to play. You love to escape. But you can't get enough. You want even more. So go to Future Shop and get more. Get it first at Future Shop. Now get the James Bond DVD set, a 7-disc collection. Or a Nintendo Mario bundle, which includes Super Mario Sunshine, Nintendo GameCube, and a memory card. Future Shop. Come see what your future has in store.
It's lunchtime.
Really hungry? Try Tim Hortons' new Big Baguette sandwiches, made with oven-fresh French-style baguette bread. Enjoy any of our Big Baguette sandwiches with a donut and a medium coffee. Come home for lunch at Tim Hortons.
Did you know a cracked or broken windshield compromises your vehicle's structure and the effectiveness of your airbag? Not to mention your family's safety. Just one more reason to bring it to the experts.
Sportsnet Live with Jamie Campbell and Brad Fay.
In the last 2 games, the Vancouver Canucks have scored 2. The opposition scored 2. A pair of 2-2 ties means their record is 2-2 and
yeah, I think maybe 2 overtime losses are coming back-to-back now just to complete the full house. What a night it's been for us. We've seen lots of hockey. We'll update on you as we go. Now, the opening face-off, seconds away.
Mark Crawford and the Vancouver Canucks up against the San Jose Sharks for the second time in the first couple of weeks of the season. They beat the Sharks 5-3. Daryl Sutter's team isn't off to a very good start. Lots of missing bodies, 1-3, and a 6-game road trip looms starting Thursday.
Pretty easy road trip for the San Jose Sharks. A lot of teams that people think they should beat. Nashville, Columbus, Minnesota involved, although Minnesota's playing pretty well right now.
Nothing's easy when you're 1-3 and stumbling out of the gate. Vancouver puts its top line together again to start this game with Brendan Morrison in the middle of Marcus Naslund and Todd Bertuzzi. Bertuzzi's played the last couple of games with the Sedin twins, and they'll see a lot of this checking line tonight, centered by Mike Ricci with Nick Sundstrom and Adam Graves playing on the wings, and the defensive pair of Marcus Ragnarsson and Mike Rathje. They play against all of the top lines. Rathje, number 2, moves the puck to center. Again tonight, the Vancouver Canucks are in their home whites, while the Sharks wear their third sweaters, these black ones. Here's Morrison in on the attack. Ragnarsson is all over him. Morrison leaves the puck for Todd Bertuzzi. In comes Marcus Naslund. Jovanovski jumped into the front of the net, now in behind it with Nick Sundstrom chasing him. Hard centering pass. Naslund can't handle it. Morrison did, though. And Vesa Toskala was able to make the save. Toskala and Dan Cloutier, the starting goaltenders here. And great early pressure by Vancouver. They started this way in Anaheim and in Los Angeles on Saturday in the first 2 games of this trip. And they'll make their first change, sending the Sedins over the boards with Trent Platt back on their right side after playing a couple of games with Morrison and Naslund. Here's Vincent Damphousse, number 25 of the San Jose Sharks, playing with Owen Nolan, and number 13, Todd Harvey, who's in forward, checking in against Sammy Salo. Here's Nolan's centering attempt. He was blocked by Henrik Sedin. Trent Platt trying to clear the puck. Up on the play is Sammy Salo. His pass for Henrik Sedin is out of his reach. Brian Marchment, number 27, is back for the puck. Marchment moves out with Harvey. Nolan straight up the middle. A breakaway pass was picked off by Brent Sopel. Daniel Sedin advances the puck, and Vancouver will try and complete its second change here. A minute and a half into a fast-paced game, no score. Damphousse with a centering attempt. Chubarov couldn't clear it, but his line mate Matt Cook could. That, by way of introduction, brings you Vancouver's third line. Trevor Letowski, Matt Cook, Artem Chubarov, up against Teemu Selanne, Marco Sturm, and Patrick Marleau. An excellent line for the San Jose Sharks, who have some real depth.
And the matchup that Mark Crawford's looking for. He's got his checking line out against Selanne.
Trevor Letowski, Matt Cook with a centering pass. Here's Letowski from behind the net. Toskala stops him and hangs on. Tonight's starting goalies are brought to you by Tim Hortons. Wholesome, delicious. You never dreamed lunch could taste this good. Dan Cloutier returns after 2 days rest. And there's Vesa Toskala in the absence of Evgeny Nabokov, who's still without a contract. This 25-year-old Finn makes his 3rd straight start. And he's become the best of the Finnish backups. On the fly is Marco Sturm heading to the net. He's hooked back, and there'll be a Vancouver penalty. Take your pick. 2 defensemen, Barron and Baumgartner, were both hooking. And Marco Sturm and Baumgartner will get the gate.
Great speed by Marco Sturm. Nolan Baumgartner the tug first, and then Murray Barron the second one. You're right, Jim. I think it's Nolan Baumgartner who's getting it. He is. He had the first hook. Murray Barron had the second hook. But there's the quickness of Marco Sturm outside. He went right around Baumgartner, and Baumgartner had the hook.
Vancouver's penalty killing is the best in the NHL right now. They've killed 30 of 31. Teemu Selanne drills a shot, stopped by Cloutier. And in a lot of the games where they've killed penalties, Cloutier's been the best penalty killer, but they've had a good, aggressive penalty kill from their young forwards as well.
They've really let Dan Cloutier see the puck and only have to stop one at a time. And most goaltenders in the National Hockey League can do that. If you can see it, you'll stop that first one, and then don't worry about the rebounds. And there was Cloutier, stopped the first one, didn't have to worry about anybody being there.
Ryan Marchment is out on the power play. Brad Stewart would normally be there. You know, around the National Hockey League, if you think of it, penalty killing has become a real veterans game. The best penalty killing forwards especially are usually veterans, and Vancouver uses young penalty killers. And they've done an excellent job. Very forceful. They will get up ice quickly, make good changes. Now Matt Cook takes over from Trevor Letowski. Chubarov stays on. Teemu Selanne with Sturm and Marleau out on the power play. Ragnarsson, and now Jeff Gilson is a bit of a power play specialist. Number 5, here's Selanne. Fake the shot, and he turns to set up. He's got Marleau in the slot, now going to the inboards. Marco Sturm. Marleau Sturm with an open lane towards the net, looks towards the goal. Nobody screening in front. A give and go. Back to the blue line. Gilson's shot just wide of the net. Patrick Marleau watched by Oland and Barron. Warner and Cook are the other penalty killers from the blue line. Rathje's shot didn't miss by much. Rathje will play 30 minutes because he plays the power play, kills penalties, and a regular shift. Marleau, now Marco Sturm back to the blue line. Rathje to the net, just wide. Nobody on this power play that really likes to set up in front of the net. Here's Rathje. Hit the referee, Paul Dvorsky, who's working with Kevin Pollock. Marco Sturm looks to the goal, no screen set up. Marleau, Solani, quick shot, he scores! Didn't need a screen. Teemu Solani makes it 1-0 on the power play.
It's the quickness of the Solani shot and the placement. Right in the far corner, no chance for Dan Cloutier on that one. Solani gets in no man's land. He's out too far for the defenseman. The forward can't come back to get him because the point man would be too wide open, and Solani makes it count.
Teemu's third of the season after a disastrous last campaign. He's had a good start here. Great possession and attack time on the power play. The Canucks were hemmed in their own zone throughout, and with 22 seconds left in the penalty to Nolan Baumgartner, San Jose scored first. Vancouver coming back with speed, and there's Brian Marchment with a hit on Todd Bertuzzi, and Bertuzzi's down. Another big open ice hit by Brian Marchment, and everyone wants a piece of Marchment. You have to keep your head up every time number 27 steps onto the ice.
There's going to be a penalty called here against the San Jose Sharks. The arm was up. I don't know whether it was against Brian Marchment for this hit or an interference penalty. But referee Kevin Pollock had his arm up, and I don't think it is going against Brian Marchment. I think it's an interference penalty. Todd Bertuzzi takes this pass. He's got his head down. A touch pass now. Is that late? That would be my only question. It wasn't a high stick. He caught Bertuzzi with his head down, and he's just winded. Todd is off. But is it too late? Bertuzzi, touch pass. Adam Grace.
2000.
Oh,
that's in slow motion, though, too.
That's in slow motion, but
the hooking penalty is on Adam Graves, so
he hooked Brendan Morrison, Jim, on the same play. We could see it just behind the hit. It was Graves hooking on Brendan Morrison, and Brian Marchment gets away with one, but you can bet he'll be a targeted man now. We talked about the Canucks getting involved emotionally. Well, there's a cause.
Here's Sturm, shorthanded, great save by Cloutier. Rebound, he stopped that too. Vincent Damphousse was right there. What an opening between Jovanovski and Oland, straight up the middle, and Vancouver's power play moves back in, and there's a penalty coming up against the Canucks. Their power play will go for naught, an interference call, and we'll see 4-on-4 hockey. Oh no, it's a San Jose penalty. Even though the Canucks had the puck, it's going to be a 5-on-3 for Vancouver, excuse me. Marcus Ragnarsson will get the penalty.
It's hard to tell now, Jim, you're right. Here's a chance. Look at Marco Sturm's speed. Jovanovski tries to give him the hook. Sturm's by him. Cloutier shows poke check. Sturm takes a shot. Great save. Ragnarsson, forecheck. You can't do that. You have to have position. Ragnarsson slides off, takes the forechecker, and takes the interference penalty.
A 5-on-3 with a chance to get even, and Todd Bertuzzi, who was just winded apparently on the hit by Marchment, is back out on the power play. Jovanovski and Sopel are the point men as they'll set up 5-on-3 here. Bertuzzi's in front of the net. Jovanovski to Sopel. Over to Jovanovski. Couldn't one-time it. Naslin's down at the goal line with Trevor Letowski out. Sopel shot whistled just wide of the net. Jovanovski retrieves the puck. Watched by Vinny Damphousse. There's two defensemen on with him, Hannon and Rathje. Letowski. Sopel fakes. Jovanovski takes. Stopped by Toskala. Puck is loose and it's cleared by Vinny Damphousse. Still a minute 9 to go in the 5-on-3. San Jose leads 1-0. Brent Sopel into the attack. Hannon took the man. Aggressive penalty killing, and the Canucks keep the puck in. Jovanovski. Bertuzzi to Naslund, tipped wide by Vincent Damphousse. Yet another penalty being called against San Jose.
And this is a boarding penalty against Scott Hannon. And Paul Dvorsky didn't hesitate at all. Got the hand up, and now we'll get into the delayed penalties, Jim.
And this will be a long stretch shorthanded without two defensemen for San Jose, Hannon and Ragnarsson, both in the box. And Vancouver simply must take advantage of this golden opportunity to not only get the game tied, but to get a lead. Bertuzzi won the draw, and he was too good. Straight back between his defense.
Scott Hannon had a tough afternoon against Colorado. Took 4 straight minor penalties.
And Jovanovski into the attack. Naslund, Bertuzzi, Letowski, and Sopel still out with him. Trevor Letowski, Brent Sopel, Jovanovski lined up to shoot. Doesn't do it though. Naslund to the goal line. Bertuzzi in front of the net. Fed across in front. It went through to Trevor Letowski. Back the other way. Here's Jovanovski. Winds up. Shoots. Stop. Rebound. Oh, Toskala with a great save on Naslund. Back to Trevor Letowski. He defers to Brent Sopel, waiting for the screen to get set up. Jovanovski. Bertuzzi goes to the front of the net. Jovanovski, Sopel, one-timer. Kicked aside, was going wide anyway. 9 seconds until one of the penalties expires. Still 25 seconds in the 5-on-3. Here's Jovanovski moving back to the attack. Still 1-0 San Jose. An intercepted pass. Rafji hacks the puck down the ice. Still 5-on-3 for another dozen seconds. Brent Sopel. Here's Matthias Olin now to the attack. Takes a shot just wide of the net. Todd Bertuzzi. 2 seconds in the 5-on-3. Marcus Naslund. Here's Olin. It's a 5-on-4. Shoots. Toskala with a save and a huge rebound right to Ricci. And he moves out. 1 man short for another minute and a half. And Ricci dumps the puck in deep and goes back after Matthias Olin. Salo couldn't hold him up. Here's Jan Hlavich with his first shift of the game in a 5-on-4. Brendan Morrison with Trent Platt. Hlavich just shot the puck in softly, and that gives Rafji a chance to get back and shoot the puck down the ice.
The 5-on-3, Jim, one great scoring chance by Marcus Naslund. But other than that, not a whole lot of good scoring chances created by the Canucks.
Olin with a shoot in. Marco Sturm, who's had a great chance shorthanded, is flying early in this game, is back for the puck and can't get it. Salo to the point. Olin's one-timer. Another save by Toskala. Brendan Morrison now. He's checked by Marcus Ragnarsson. Platt and Rafji go after the puck. Both San Jose defensemen in the corner. Brendan Morrison for Platt. 40 seconds to go in the Vancouver power play. Now Jan Hlavich out in front. Platt got spun around and couldn't shoot. Olin had the puck poked away. Here he goes again. Marco Sturm. Salo's over to meet him. A spinorama and a weak backhander. And Kuche looked after that. And Marco Sturm gets hit by Trent Platt. 20 seconds to go in the power play, and the Canucks will have to be squeaky clean themselves now after 3 straight penalties to San Jose. Artem Chubarov turned back at the blue line. Well, this could really energize the San Jose Sharks, already up 1-0 on a power play goal by Teemu Selanne. 2 seconds to go in the power play. Artem Chubarov with a drop pass. Sopel didn't know it was coming. Hannon's back on. Sharks are back at full and even strength with Vancouver. Ryan Marchment shoots the puck around on the boards. Ed Jovanovski is there. Fedor Fedorov had a pass intercepted by Jeff Gilson into the attacking zone. Jovanovski's back. He spins away from Nick Sundstrom and gets the puck to center. Marcus Ragnarsson to Jeff Gilson. Vancouver gets Cook on the ice with Henrik Sedin and Todd Bertuzzi. And now Cook goes off and Daniel comes on to join Bertuzzi and his brother Henrik. Sundstrom, Ricci. Battle along the boards along with the Sedins, and Daniel was knocked down by Jeff Gilson. What a pace to this game. Not many stoppages except for the odd penalty. And now Bertuzzi's going to get one.
As you said, the Canucks had to be squeaky clean, and Todd Bertuzzi goes off for roughing.
1-0 San Jose.
You'll never believe it. Jared's here, and he's eating the sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
What was that you ordered? The hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
Sounds delicious.
That I can't miss. I'm so there. I'm on my way.
It's a hot dinner idea from Subway. Tender marinated chicken teriyaki served hot and topped with a tangy sweet onion sauce.
Wow. Look, are you ready for this? Check it out. Exciting. These are gonna be good.
I need a hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki right away. All right, I really appreciate it.
Can't blame him.
Subway is fresh.
What if General Motors hadn't invented the airbag? was safety glass. Or the rollover test. Or the crash test dummy. What if GM hadn't invented the concrete highway divider? Would you still feel safe getting into a car? As the world's largest automobile maker, we're not only committed to improving our cars, we're committed to improving all cars.
Presenting the radically redesigned Ski-Doo MXC Rev, premiering in the new James Bond film, Die Another Day. And now, for a limited time, stop into your Ski-Doo dealer and play the Ski-Doo roulette game. You're guaranteed to save at least $400, with incredible odds of saving up to $1,000. For more, visit the Bond section at skidoo.com.
Mike Ricci goes low. Todd Bertuzzi hits him. There's the roughing penalty, the left hand. Now Bertuzzi knows he's going to get the penalty anyway, so he gives Ricci a little face wash, and he only gets the 2 for roughing on the original hit.
I believe one of two things will happen here tonight because of the hit by Brian Marchment. Either he'll get Bertuzzi right off his game or right into it.
Yes, and I think some of the other Canucks will look at number 27 and put a big target on him.
He's used to that. He claimed his 4,533rd neutral zone victim tonight. San Jose's on the power play again, and again they use Solani, Marleau, and Sturm, who set up so nicely on the last one. Olin shot the puck down the ice just by the ear of Trevor Letowski, but he cleared it nonetheless as we reach the midway mark of the first period, with San Jose leading 1-0. On a power play goal, Solani's 3rd of the season. Marco Sturm for Teemu Solani. Puck hopped over to the boards. Jovanovski over to hit Solani. Marleau in to hit Jovanovski, and Sturm gets the puck. Chased by Salo, who can't get his stick loose. To the blue line, Marcus Ragnarsson has Marchment over on the other side. Sturm for Marchment. Ragnarsson, Marchment. Now the screen set up in front. There's going to be another Vancouver penalty here. Solani got cross-checked in front of the net. There'll be a 5-on-3. Solani with a swing and a miss. Marchment, as the extra attacker comes on. Jovanovski clears the puck, and the play is stopped. It'll be a 5-on-3.
The first period, brought to you by your GM dealers. Check out the 2003 Keep Your Cash Kickoff on now.
Ed Jovanovski goes off for cross-checking. Teemu Solani in front of the net. The push from behind, and that's what it was. It was a push. Now that's why the defensemen are really having trouble knowing what they can get away with. That wasn't the usual lacrosse-type cross-check in front of the net. That was a push, and it was still called.
Because the player went down. And now it's a 5-on-3. Vancouver had a long one. Now San Jose gets one for almost 50 seconds. Rafji with his shot. A nice save by Kluche, and he couldn't hang on to the puck. Solani picks up the puck. Ricci screening in front of the net. Vinny Danfus, great passer, works down low. Owen Nolan and Rafji out on this power play as well. Mike Rafji dumps the puck onto the right wing boards. 3 shots are there. Danfus, screen shot, hits some legs, didn't get through, and Chubarov gets a chance to clear it. He and Olin and Barron get a chance to change. San Jose's trying to take advantage. In comes Vinny Danfus. Owen Nolan. Rafji's open on the other side. They'll go down low to Vincent Danfus. Nolan stopped and shot. Kuche the save. He's piled on, and the puck is still loose. Kuche's trying to get up. Solani was hacking away at the puck and couldn't get it. Danfus, Teemu Solani. Owen Nolan stopped by Kuche. What a great save. Diving to try and get back to the net, and he looked like he hurt himself.
Sammy Salo got back to make the skate save.
Teemu Solani. Vincent Danfus. One penalty has expired. 45 seconds to go in Jovanovski's penalty, and still 1-0. There's been some spectacular goaltending at both ends. Here's Patrick Marleau. In with him is Jonathan Chichu, number 14. Marco Sturm still on the ice. A lot of players don't get to play with all these power plays early. Marleau with a shot blocked by Olin and comes all the way to center. 25 seconds to go in the Jovanovski penalty. Marcus Ragnarsson, rink wide. Patrick Marleau will have to pick up the puck. Playing in his 401st NHL game at just 23 years old. Jonathan Chichu's in after the puck. Kluche plays it, and he held long enough for a whistle.
Need new brakes? Get 20% off parts and labor on premium certified brakes right now at Canadian Tire.
The Sharks scored their power play goal on a play down low. Solani to Nolan with a two-man advantage. Look at Dan Cloutier drag that right leg, makes the save, and then Sammy Salo with his left skate. As Cloutier was spinning around trying to get back to the net, comes up with the second save.
Sharks won the face-off. Brian Marchment looks to the net, fakes the shot, takes the shot, tip, and it's loose in front. Graves hacks away at it, so does Bradley, and Dan Cloutier's got a hold of the puck with 2 seconds left in the Jovanovski penalty. It's a shooting gallery, Dan.
It's 5-on-3, 5-on-4. It's going to be a shooting gallery, but I can't believe the contact with the goaltender that they're allowing this year. Bradley is all over Dan Cloutier. There's a little elbow, the knee, a little stick, and no call. And to me, that's goaltender interference.
Harvey won the draw cleanly from Henrik Sedin. Jovanovski's back on and rushed right into the play and got the puck away from Marchment. And now 5-on-5 play with 7:20 to play in this first period, and the Sharks leading 1-0 on a power play goal. The shots are 10-8 in favor of the Sharks after all those power plays. Each team with a long 5-on-3. Toskala and Cloutier have made big saves. Trent Platt working against Scott Hannon, and he gets some help from Murray Barron to come out front and shoot. Toskala makes the save with Daniel Sedin right there on the doorstep, and Toskala hangs on. There was a little pick set there by Murray Barron, so Platt could get a chance to score. Still 1-0 Sharks, though.
Hey, guys.
I'm on my way from misery to happiness to be. I'm on my way from misery to happiness to be. I'm on my way.
I am Canadian.
It's the hottest contest on ice. Safeway $1 Million Score and Win. Swipe your free Safeway Club card for your chance to win a VTech cordless telephone with new 5.8 gigahertz digital spread spectrum technology. Or a $500 Kelsey's gift card. Kelsey's Neighborhood Bar and Grill. It's that good. Get a bonus entry when you buy Rave potato chips from Old Dutch. Extra flavor on every chip. Shop at Safeway today for your chance to win.
When I see you all again, and you know that I can feel it, and the lights begin to glow, then you know that I'll see you tonight.
Welcome back to the compact center of San Jose, where the Sharks lead the Canucks 1-0. And Jovanovski with a big shot after Todd Bertuzzi won the faceoff. Vancouver searches for somebody who can win some faceoffs. They've had some trouble getting draws in recent games. Now the Sharks are back on the attack here. Brent Sopel trying to move the puck up the boards to Warner. Todd Bertuzzi out with Warner, and Fedorov for this shift.
Some ice time for the guys who don't kill penalties after you have a lengthy 5-on-3. Get Todd Bertuzzi a little more ice time.
Get him some ice time, hope to get him right into the game here. Here's Lynn Loynes in his first National Hockey League game, number 26 in behind the net. And Nick Sundstrom, the centering pass was knocked away, and Fedorov starts out with Todd Warner. He's hooked from behind by Ricci, who decides he better let go and head for the bench. And both teams change on the fly. Trent Platt comes out with Brendan Morrison and Marcus Naslund. So the Canucks make another switch up front. Todd Harvey dumps the puck in. Adam Graves on the fly against Salah. He takes the hit, makes the play, but Platt couldn't get the puck out. Hannon shot it just wide of the net. Olin with some time on the other side. He's hit by Jonathan Chichu and knocked down after he delivered the puck out of his own zone. Trent Platt in against Hannon. And in support is Marcus Naslund. He tried to feed the puck through to Brendan Morrison. Couldn't get it through all those legs. Brian Marchment up on the boards. Naslund hustled over, had the puck taken away, and out starts Harvey with Graves and Chichu. The back pass for Chichu to the net. Cloutier the save. Rebound. He doesn't know where it is, and the puck went off his chest protector into the corner. Veteran Adam Graves wrapped up in the corner, trying to get away from Sallow. Harvey comes in to help out. Sallow recovers and takes the man and broke his stick, though. Sallow's without a stick. Here's Graves from behind the net. Sallow has to be careful. There's a backhand shot and a nice save by Kuche. Has to be careful that he doesn't grab on without his stick. And that's what Graves wanted him to do. Brendan Morrison gets the puck down the ice, and he'll gladly take the icing call, but the Sharks want to play it here with Vancouver tired and on a change. 4.5 minutes to go in the first period. 5-on-5 hockey with the Sharks leading 1-0. Artem Chubarov taking a shift with Jan Hlavich and Trevor Letowski. Sean Hines bounced the puck off the boards. The Sharks will primarily use 4 defensemen. Hines and Gilson, the pair on the ice right now, don't play very much. Amos Solani took a hit from Jovanovski. He's out with Sturm and Marlowe. Shooting Patrick Marlowe. This line can flat out fly. And should benefit from the ability to get in on a forecheck without being held up. Here's Teemu Solani. Cycles the puck into the corner. Marlowe's checked. Sturm hustles right to the puck against Jovanovski. Leaves it for Teemu Solani. Solani against Hlavich. Nice move, one-on-one. Takes the shot. He's stopped by Kuche. Solani again. Marco Sturm. This is not a power play, though it looks like one. Ragnarsson in off the blue line. Centering pass. Big crowd in front. Finally getting hold of the puck is Marco Sturm. There's a shot by Patrick Marlowe that went off the skate and out of play. And a stop in play with the San Jose Sharks dominating the last shift and leading 1-0.
Hazel May, weekday mornings on Sportsnet News.
Hey, Esau!
Your turn.
Hold on. Guys, come on. You've been eating this stuff 6 nights in a row. I thought Frost Week was over. Let's go to Subway. Sarah, something hot, something fresh made. Anything but round and greasy.
How about a hot, mouth-watering Dijon horseradish melt on cheese bread? Or a delicious hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki?
Jim, thanks, man. Wait, guys. Which way to the sororities?
Over there.
Subway, eat fresh!
Because vehicle technology is constantly advancing, trust the complete maintenance of your GM vehicle to the specialists trained by GM, your Goodwrench technicians. Why take chances? Head over to GM Goodwrench Service, right on time.
Here's our Chevrolet hockey poll brought to you by Chevrolet, tried, tested, and true. Which of these players form the NHL's West most dynamic duo? And we've given you 4 to choose from. Log on to sportsnet.ca and cast your vote. Vancouver doesn't have Naslund and Bertuzzi playing together again right now. They did on the first shift of the game, and they do on the power play. But Bertuzzi's out with the Sedin brothers again now. Here's Owen Nolan with Vincent Damphus. And Lynn Loynes takes a shift with them here in this first period. Back for the puck is Marcus Ragnarsson. There's an icing call.
We love living in Kamloops.
And we're going to make you smile when you come to us for any of your automotive needs.
Guaranteed.
Play Safeway's $1 million score and win. If any Canucks player scores 5 goals in tonight's game, Shirley Dirk of North Vancouver could win $1 million. Shop and swipe at Safeway, and you could be our next lucky winner right here on Rogers Sportsnet Pacific.
This game has settled right down after some frenetic action earlier. Both teams have had 3 power plays. Each team's had a long 5-on-3. And there's another icing call against Vancouver, so we join Dan once again.
Thanks, Jim. Tonight's game is brought to you by this week's featured Safeway participating product, Rave Potato Chips from Old Dutch. Extra flavor on every chip.
Mark Crawford has to be pleased with his team's effort. Although the 5-on-3, Jim, I thought that they had too many point shots and not enough chances from down low. You have to mix it up when you have the 5-on-3. the San Jose Sharks scored their goal 5-on-4 with a play down low, and this long 5-on-3, the Canucks had one quality scoring chance. The rest were long point shots.
That was Marcus Naslund, who was stopped by Vesa Toskala. Here's Matt Bradley, number 28, working against Murray Barrett. Barron and Baumgartner, the defensive pair. Centering pass by Ricci, and Baumgartner had Nick Sundstrom tied up out front. Fedor Fedorov in on the defense. Marksman takes the man. Scott Hannon took the puck. Bradley tipped the puck to Sundstrom. And over to Ricci. Holds up. Feeds the puck into Bradley. Back to Ricci. In for Nicholas Sundstrom. And he missed the pass, and that gives Jovanovski a chance to move out. And Nolan Baumgartner has been playing about 10.5 minutes a game. This is his third straight start with Brian Allen sitting out. Puck is shot to center, and Marcus Naslund coming off the bench gets it. A return pass outside the blue line by Morrison. Now they'll move back in. Morrison into the middle. Cut off, but Chichu couldn't clear it. Naslund's quick shot and a nice save by Toskala. Diving for the puck is Morrison. There'll be a San Jose penalty as Brendan Morrison was taken down.
Jonathan Chichu from behind on Morrison. The big line out for a shift, and throw it to the net. Toskala gives up some big rebounds, and if you go to the net, you can get some. And Brendan Morrison's going to the net. Chichu reaches from behind, grabs him, and takes the penalty.
Chichu got in trouble early in that shift, and he spent the rest of it chasing, and the end result was a penalty at 18-17. So Vancouver's on the power play for the fourth time. Trailing 1-0. Less than 2 minutes to go into period. Sopel moved in and right by the puck, and here's Marco Sturm shorthanded. Jovanovski and Sopel man the points.
There was a good play by Ed Jovanovski, one-on-one on Marco Sturm. Just angled him off to the side, picked his pocket with a stick.
Naslund's errant pass was picked off by the long reach of Mike Rathje. Naslund, Morrison, Bertuzzi up front. Overload the right wing, trying to come up with a puck. Ricci and Ragnarsson are there for San Jose. Naslund, Jovanovski's shot deflected once and wide. Brendan Morrison protected the puck. Naslund tried to pass it to the point, hit the skates of Ricci. Ricci's after it, tipped up from behind. No arm goes in the air, but Ricci got up and got the puck anyway. Last minute of play, first period. Vancouver's on the power play. Naslund, rink wide, into the chest of Patrick Marleau, who cleared the puck. Matthias Ohlund to Todd Bertuzzi, another intercepted pass. And Teemu Selanne moves back into the attacking zone while short. It is checked by Daniel Sedin. Last 30 seconds, and the power play hasn't looked very good in this turn. Another turnover by the power play in the neutral zone. One last rush before the period comes to an end. Matthias Ohlund leads it. Shoots the puck in. Klatt will go in after it. Henrik Sedin's there as well. So is Daniel Sedin. Three of them in behind the goal line. Salo's out front. Under 10 seconds to go in the period. As the puck is dug loose. Daniel Sedin, Matthias Ohlund. Here's Salo, moves in, shoots that one off a stick up off the net just as the period came to an end. And it ends with San Jose leading 1-0.
The first period. Brought to you by your GM dealers. Check out the 2003 Keep Your Cash Kickoff on now.
Our close to home feature in the first intermission, Jerome McGinley from Edmonton. Sportsnet live in our first intermission as well. It's 1-0. Teemu Selanne has the goal. San Jose has the lead.
Putting their town on the map. Brought to you by Home Hardware, where help is close to home. This Edmonton native grew up in awe of the Oilers dynasty, but Jerome McGinley's professional debut was with his provincial rival, the Calgary Flames. It's been a part of our country for generations, on neighborhood streets from coast to coast. As Canadian as the Maple Leaf and hockey, Home Hardware, helping Canadians build their dreams. Look for these feature products. Choose Wiser lock sets for great design, dependability, security, and performance. Home Gardener rakes are made with quality in mind and come in a variety of sizes and shapes for all your gardening needs. Weather Shield silicone bonds to porcelain, glass, marble, fiberglass, and many other materials. White or clear, 300 milliliters. Home Hardware, where help is close to home. And Edmonton native Jerome McGinley grew up idolizing legend Mark Messier. Like his hero, McGinley was a solid two-way player, first with Kamloops of the Western Hockey League, then with Canada at the World Junior Championships in 95 and 96. Drafted 11th overall by Dallas, he was traded to Calgary for Joe Nieuwendyk before making his professional debut. He scored 21 goals in his first full season, finishing runner-up in the Rookie of the Year voting, and last season he led the league in goals with 52 and won an Olympic gold with Canada in February. Another installment of putting their town on the map from Home Hardware, where help is close to home.
Look at all these empty rooftops. What do you see? I see people settling for less. With Simple Satellite from Star Choice, they could have it all. A Star Choice dish, installation, lifetime dish maintenance, all for one low price. Simple Satellite is that easy. We'll even install a new dish for free if you move. Why settle for less? Call us right now at 1-888-430. You do have a choice. Star Choice.
Introducing Mojo AM 730, talk radio for guys.
The second intermission, brought to you by Blockbuster Video. Make it a blockbuster night. Sportsnet Live at the intermission.
So connected are we at Sportsnet Live. We already have reaction from Todd Bertuzzi following that hit from Brian Marchment. Said Bertuzzi, quote, that was a doozy.
Yeah, it was. And that's a direct quote as well. Boy, these 7:30 starts make our life easier. Darren Drigger and company are standing by to talk about that hit and a former Canuck who may be soon to take a hit.
Yeah, no doubt. Gentlemen, thank you very much. I'm not sure that Todd Bertuzzi was even able to get that much out. In the Hockey Central studio, we've got the likes of Nick Kypreos and Scott Morrison. And in San Jose, the Shark Tank is John Garrett, of course, partnered with Jim Houston, calling the action between the Vancouver Canucks and the San Jose Sharks. And John, to you first, take us through the hit once again. Brian Marchment on Todd Bertuzzi. I remember distinctly you saying Marchment got away with one, so describe it once more for us.
And the only reason I think he got away with one was how late it was. It was a sucker pass up to Todd Bertuzzi. He's got to look for the puck in his feet. He's got his head down. And then Marchment comes in after Bertuzzi makes the pass. Now, how long could you count after he made the pass? And to me, that's the thing. Yeah. That's why Brian Marchment should have been called, because I thought it was a late hit.
This guy gets a bad rap for taking knees out in the neutral zone. He did everything right. He hit him high, which I really like, and he hit him right between the shoulders square. And it's going to kill you to give him credit. Todd Bertuzzi got caught watching his pass. That's what happened.
It took too long. That's the only thing. And I agree with you, Nick, that it was a clean hit. There was no high stick. There was no elbow. But in my opinion, it was late.
Okay, John, let me ask you something here, because now we're seeing this kind of new look to the NHL. The tough guy's gone. We saw Brashear get traded last year. Brown goes on waivers. And let's just say, argument's sake, that Marchment goes out and does something again to maybe Bertuzzi or even Naslin. Who's going to step up to the forefront and say, listen, next time you go after our star player, I'm going to knock your block off? That's the old hockey. It appears that the NHL might be changing now.
Well, I don't think it is changing, and I think most teams have at least one, or in a lot of cases, I know you watched the Bruins tonight and the Leafs. The Bruins have Sean Brown and PJ Stock together. Yeah. Okay, they're not heavyweights, But they're two guys that if something like that happens, you know they're going to react. And I think the Canucks are looking for someone. I just think Mike Brown, through training camp, they gave him all sorts of chances. He just cannot play. And you have to be able to play the game. Brashear can play the game, but he was a very negative influence in the dressing room. His off-ice act was just too much to take, so they had to get rid of him. I think the Canucks are looking, and John Craighead might be the answer, but you have to have that presence, and you're right, Nick. I think somebody has to react to that Marchman hit on Bertuzzi.
John, very quickly now, news out of town, I guess, or at least we expect what might happen with the Atlanta Thrashers. Scott, they lost today, and some believe that might be it for Kurt Fraser.
Well, bottom line, my first word on the first argument is you better know where Brian Marchman is on the ice at all times.
Yeah.
But talking to some people tonight, there seems to be a sense around the Atlanta organization that although General Manager Don Waddell said that he was not going to make a coaching change for a while to at least give his team a 10-game period, the sense is it could happen soon, maybe as early as tomorrow.
All right, John Garrett, thank you. Nick Kypreos, Scott Morrison, pleasure as always. One period in the books at the Shark Tank, the man they call Mush. And that's the reason why. Solani, the lone goal so far. San Jose leads the Canucks 1-0.
Closed captioning of this program brought to you by CarStar Quality Collision Service. In a fender bender, call 1-800-CARSTAR. We treat you like a star.
You like to play. You love to escape. But you can't get enough. You want even more. So go to Future Shop and get more. Get it first at Future Shop. Now get the James Bond DVD set, a 7-disc collection. Or a Nintendo Mario bundle, which includes Super Mario Sunshine, Nintendo GameCube, and a memory card. Future Shop. Come see what your future has in store.
God keep a
glorious and free.
Oh, Canada,
we stand on guard for thee.
oh, Canada,
Catch over 1,000 games with NHL Center Ice on Bell Express View.
Every card's a winner with the KFC Chicken Scratch game. You could win a plasma TV, Jamaican family vacation, mouth-watering KFC, or even one of 5 huge $1 million prizes. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Pizza Hut's $5 deal is back. Get the first medium pizza for regular price, and the second, third, or fourth, $5, $5, $5.
This is
What's up? Call 310-1010. Pizza Hut.
It's time we talked about boys and girls.
Butter tarts, $4.
See, these urges get stronger when, like a bumblebee pollinates
Canoe
a flower.
rental, $50.
Well, it's a hormonal thing. Look, a loon.
Binoculars,
The man and the woman
$110.
Well, they fit together kind of like a jigsaw puzzle.
A country full of distractions, priceless.
Is that Bigfoot?
There are some things money can't buy. For cottage country, there's MasterCard.
Starting to feel a little cramped by your present surroundings? RE/MAX can help you find a new home while selling your current one to someone who'll find it absolutely perfect. If you're looking for outstanding results, look for RE/MAX.
In the race to sell homes, success goes to the most experienced, the best trained, the hardest driven. At RE/MAX, our success is your success, and our track record is second to none. RE/MAX, outstanding agents, outstanding results.
Want the latest on the Canucks? Tune into Sportsnet News with Jody Vance, weekdays at 6:30. If you're up in the morning, Hazel May's got all the goods, weekdays at 6 a.m. Joined now by Canucks defenseman Matthias Ohlund. First off, Matthias, did you see the hit on Todd Bertuzzi?
Yeah, I did see it, yeah.
Did you think it was a little late?
I thought it was very late, but we can't be too concerned about that right now. We just have to, if we get a chance, get him back, but we can't take any stupid penalties the way this game is looking. But if you look at the play, it's always a late hit.
I want to ask you about the penalties. How tough is it as a defenseman to find that balance between being physical and laying a hit? Because it's obvious the refs are going to call a lot of penalties.
Yeah, but they've been pretty good with hits. You can hit a guy, hard and clean. It's when you hit late or obviously get the stick up. But as far as hits, it's not a big change from last year.
You've spent a little bit of time with Sammy Salo now as a pairing. How has that worked out for you?
Oh, it's fine. I think we had a decent game the other night, but we can always play better, both of us, and we need that tonight. The whole team play a little bit better than we did in LA to get 2 points. This is the tough building to play against, and it's against a good hockey team.
Thanks, Matty. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Murph.
Matthias Solon of the Vancouver Canucks. His team trails 1-0 right now. Timo Solani scored on the power play. We're coming back with more from the Shark Tank in just a few moments.
The second intermission, brought to you by Blockbuster Video. Make it a blockbuster night.
You're always on the run, with lots to get done. We'll do what we can do to help you see it through. We'll start with you.
Whether you're working on your house, your car, or your next goal, your Canadian Tire team will help you get started.
We'll start with you.
The rules have changed. Now there is no up or down. Introducing Mach 3 Turbo. Total comfort whether you shave down or up. A new anti-friction coating on all 3 blades. Plus a new strip releases even more lubrication. So even against the grain, you get less irritation and the closest shave. It's turning the shaving world upside down. The revolutionary new Mach 3 Turbo. From Gillette, the best a man can get.
From oil changes to brakes to tune-ups, customers feel confident knowing Midas Total Car Care has their car running in top shape.
She's running great. Let's jump the bridge.
But where do you go? You go. What are you gonna do? Total Car Care. Midas, we do that.
McDonald's Chicken Select Strips are back. They're crispy, they're tender, they're juicy. They're all white seasoned chicken breast, and they're altogether delicious. They're tasty, and they're lightly spiced, so each bite is real nice.
You can say that again.
Okay. McDonald's Chicken Select Strips are back. They're crispy, they're tender. Well, you get the picture. McDonald's Chicken Select Strips. One taste and you'll be saying those words again and again.
God keep a
Glorious and free.
Oh, Canada. We stand on guard for thee.
Oh, Canada.
Your voyage on
Catch over 1,000 games with NHL Center Ice on Bell Express View.
There's the first period summary brought to you by Bell Express View. Catch over 1,000 games with the NHL Center Ice package. Over 11 minutes of the first period spent on the power play for one team or the other. Teemu Selänne's goal was 5-on-4, but both teams had lengthy 5-on-3s in a very active first period, John.
A great execution by the San Jose Sharks on the Selanne goal. Patrick Marleau to Teemu Selanne, on the stick, off the stick, and right in the corner. Beautiful pass. On the ice, Selanne, no problem, just jerking it off the far post and in. At the other end, Marcus Naslund has to stop this, and that gives Vesitosvila time to come over and get the arm up to make the save. Todd Bertuzzi should know that Brian Marchment's on the ice. There's no doubt about that. But to me, and Nick's not able to defend himself now, that's a late hit. Clean hit, according to, well, and I agree, it was a clean hit, and by Brian Marchment's standards, no elbow, no high stick, shoulder on shoulder, and it just winded Todd Bertuzzi, but it was one of those, I thought it was maybe a second and a half late.
I thought it looked a lot later on slow motion than it did.
Yes.
On real time, it wasn't that bad. You guys in the intermission were talking about who's going to go after somebody. Well, I thought Ed Jovanovski did the right thing in going back at Teemu Selanne. He threw a couple of big hits at the finish flash. That's what you do. You go after the top player. You don't fight him. You hit him. And then suffer the consequences if you have to. Jovanovski to Naslund. Rips a shot. Stopped by Toskala. Vancouver finishes up its 4th power play of the game as Jonathan Chichu returns to the ice, and the teams are 5-on-5 now. Here's Brendan Morrison in front. Naslund scores, and the goal will count. There was going to be a penalty on the play, and Vancouver has tied this game 1-1.
Marcus Naslund missed that great chance in the first period, but driving to the net, just chips it up and over Vesa Toskala. Marcus Naslund, who did not get a pretty one in Los Angeles, but an important one, gets the pass from Brendan Morrison. All he has to do is get it up and over. Chichu out of the penalty box can't come back hard enough to get Marcus Naslund, and that's the determination of Naslund going to the net, and in it goes.
Chichu was headed right back to the penalty box if Naslund hadn't put that in either. He was going to be called on a delayed penalty, and Naslund has scored from Morrison 31 seconds into the second period. And they'll start over here, all even up. Not for long, though. Here comes another penalty, and it'll be against the Vancouver Canucks' Murray Barrett. Here's Dan.
Yeah, guys, well, we're sorting all that out. Let's tell you about pay-per-view. It is back, and you can save $19.55 when you order the 10-game package, a package that includes the Leafs, the Red Wings, and the Avalanche. Make your place the place to catch all the Canucks action. Individual games, $9.95. Call your local cable or satellite provider to order.
San Jose's chasing the puck into the corner. Murray Barrett comes across, takes the hand off the stick, and takes the holding penalty, and that's something Murray is going to have to adapt to. You have to leave both hands on the stick, and then you still might get called, but as soon as you take the hand off the stick and reach around, you'll get the holding penalty.
Trying to buy his partner a little time to move the puck out, and it didn't work. So San Jose's on the power play once again, and there's an offside call here. Big special teams night, and there's a player that Daryl Sutter thinks is pretty special, Patrick Marleau.
Well, it's hard to believe that Owen Nolan only played 2:24 in that first period. Jim and you and I were both talking about it. You wonder whether his back is acting up, but there's the guy who's going to get a lot more ice time without Owen Nolan in the lineup. It's going to be Patrick Marleau.
This is the number one line right now. Marleau, Sturm, and Teemu Selanne. They're the number one power play unit. And at even strength, the number one line as well. From the blue line, here's Jeff Gilson, the 22-year-old from Rhode Island. Plays the puck in along the boards to Marleau. Marco Sturm, number 19. Gilson has Rathje on the other side. The puck is shot into the far corner, into the left wing corner. Daniel Sedin trying to clear it. Rathje from the blue line takes the shot, went wide off the leg of Matthias Olin. And now they'll set up on the perimeter again. They really moved the puck around on the perimeter and did a nice job of controlling it, and then try and sneak Selanne into the slot for the shot. Not the traditional power play with a big guy in front. This will be a different look now with Ricci onto the ice. Nolan must be hurt because he's not out on this power play.
And I'm trying to find him on the bench. He's the captain, so he's easier to find. You look on the bench, he's not there.
Here's shorthanded. Brendan Morrison takes the shot. Toskala, they score! Toskala had it. It was behind him and drifted into the net ever so slowly, and Vancouver has scored shorthanded to take a 2-1 lead.
And I think that might be it for Vesa Toskala. He let in a bad goal against Colorado, and this one he should get. Nice pass. Brendan Morrison takes so much time. I'm sure this is why Daryl Sutter thinks that the goalie should get it, because Toskala slides by and it squeaks under his arm. The same kind of goal that went in against Colorado, and sure enough, I should be a goalie coach someplace. Here comes Kiprasov off the bench, and Toskala's got.
He was over there getting his stuff on. What was your first clue, Sherlock?
It's a Sutter tradition. I called it before he even got up, because Daryl Sutter talked about his goaltending this morning, and he's not pleased with it. I'm sure the coach, he'd like to have Evgeny Nabokov.
Oh, of course he would. Evgeny Nabokov is unsigned, and Brad Stewart is unsigned. Those are two big names, but there are some others out of this lineup, and there have been a lot of changes in San Jose, and now the Canucks have taken a 2-1 lead. Brendan Morrison shorthanded. Two quick goals after Toskala was brilliant in the first period. Now they're back on the power play and heading for the net. A backhander goes just wide of the net. Marcus Ragnarsson took it, and the puck is cleared down the ice by Sami Salo.
Crowd booing because Brian Marchment was tied up by Paul Dvorsky.
Sopel back for the puck, and the power play is called for icing. A couple of quick goals, and on behalf of Safeway and Rave Potato Chips, we have a winner in the score and win contest as a result of swiping a free club card. Darren Reed of Salmon Arms won the VT 5831 5.8 gigahertz digital cordless phone from VTech. Congratulations, Darren. And our next lucky winner in the score and win contest, courtesy of Safeway and Rave Potato Chips, is Janet Cunningham of Vernon. Congratulations, you've won a Minwax limited edition signed print and a water-based wood finishing kit. Brendan Morrison with his third of the season, a shorty.
And he didn't aim it. He just shot it at net, shot it at the goalie, and it went through.
And Mika Kiprasov is on. Vesa Tuskala is gone. And the Sharks and Canucks are at 5-on-5 here. Here's Brian Marchman. Into Mike Ricci, he's bumped by Matt Cook. Vincent Damphousse out of the corner. Owen Nolan not in the game after playing sparingly in the first period, so things go from bad to worse for the Sharks. Damphousse, Ricci, Nick Sundstrom working this forward line. Out comes Fedor Fedorov. Todd Warner is ahead of him. And Fedorov gains center ice and dumps the puck in. Vancouver will change on the fly. 3.5 minutes into the second period. Todd Harvey with the shooting. All the lines have to be changed by Darryl Sutter, Matt Bradley, and Jonathan Chichu playing with Todd Harvey. Out to play the puck is Mika Kiprasov. Harvey. For Jonathan Chichu lined up by Salo, so he dumped the puck in. Oland is back. Two Sharks right on it. And he knew he was going to get hit, but he stayed with the puck and made the play. There's Bradley with a rebound chance, and he batted the puck out of the air, and Cloutier stopped it. A turnover at the blue line, and two Sharks had stayed late.
Dan Cloutier didn't see the original shot. That's why he couldn't control the rebound.
Here's Naslund with Morrison. Tipped right on. Rebound, they score! Marcus Naslund followed the puck to the net, and the captain has his second. It's 3-1 Vancouver.
And that looks more like Marcus Naslund of last season. That was a confident move. He just came in, took his time, and scooped it off the post. Naslund follows in, goes to the net, scoops it off the post, over the goaltender, and in it goes. And that's more like the confident Marcus Naslund. A couple of garbage goals and a pretty one.
Well, you can see it coming. Naslund second in the league with 26 shots on goal coming into this game. 2 in the first period, then 2 goals in the second. And quite often he can get on a real roll once he starts to score, so 3 in the last 4 periods and counting. More importantly for the captain and his Canucks, it's 3-1 in favor of Vancouver. And they've taken the crowd and the tank right out of the game. Daniel Sedin turns and shoots, in a blocker save by Kiprasov. Jovanovski, what a nice move to get open. Snaps the shot, big rebound. Platt going to the net, into a crowd. He scores! Couple of bounces and back to Trent Platt, and it's 4-1 Vancouver.
Now, do you call a timeout if you're Darryl Sutter, or switch goalies again?
30 seconds after Naslund's fourth, Platt has scored.
Henrik Sedin and Daniel Sedin do a great job in front of the net. Daniel Sedin plants it, and I think that's what I've noticed most this year, Jim, compared to last year, is the Sedin's perseverance in front of the net. They're not getting knocked down, and that creates the chance for Trent Platt. Daniel Sedin was there, had the defenseman tied up, and Platt just swung around, put it in.
Hey, John, how about that move that Jovanovski made at the blue line to make that play happen? He left 2 Sharks out there.
The Serge Savard Cinerama.
That was outstanding. And so, what a change in this game in a hurry. 4-1 Vancouver. Here's Artem Chubarov. I throw everything at the net. Keep doing it. Trevor Letowski stopped by Kiprasov, who gets a mock cheer from the fans here. And Evgeny Nabokov's bargaining position has strengthened over the last hour. How about the last 3 minutes? 2 more Vancouver goals, so Vancouver scores, and so does Leona Gervais of Prince George by swiping a free club card at Safeway. Leona's won a $500 Kelsey's gift card. Congratulations on behalf of Safeway and Rave Potato Chips. And here we go again with the score and win contest. Jill Calkin of Vancouver qualified by swiping a free club card on behalf of Safeway and Rave Potato Chips. You've won a Samsung state-of-the-art DVD player. Whew. Look at all those people who are missing from the Sharks.
And now add Owen Nolan to that list, and you can see why they're struggling.
Here's Matt Cook into the slot. Fedorov couldn't get the shot away. Todd Warner double-teamed and taken hard to the boards. Here's Fedorov trying to go to the net. Todd Harvey swept the puck away. Fedorov went after him in the corner. Fans call a penalty. The referees here don't. Salo keeps the puck in for Matt Cook. Matt Bradley, number 28. Hit hard by Matt Cook. Salo comes in off the blue line to try and keep the puck in, and he does. Jeff Gilson will try and come out the other side and can't. Olin's shot was knocked down by Harvey. Here's Adam Graves. Long shot in on Dan Kuche. And Salo is back to collect the puck. At center ice, Mike Rathke knocked the puck away from the on-rushing Matthias Olin. And a play is offside here with 13:26 to go in period number 2. It's suddenly 4-1 Vancouver.
It's a Sony.
When the clothing arrives for the new season, it's always exciting for me. You see, I do windows. This year there's a great selection of khakis, long-sleeve knits, sweaters, and leather jackets. My job is to make sure you look when you walk by. Sometimes I'll even stand there myself, just to see if you're paying attention. I love that part.
Seasonal fashions, now at Moore's. Well made, well priced, well dressed. Moore's.
Sportsnet and Freedom, the non-stick gum that gives you the freedom to chew, now gives you the freedom to choose your perfect vacation prize. Elegant fairways and tender greens, pristine slopes and unblemished cascades, bicycle tours and vintage vistas. Enter the Freedom Contest, and you could be enjoying a PEI golf paradise, challenging Rsn-P, or cycle touring through Niagara-on-the-Lake. Watch Sportsnet News during prime time, or log on to sportsnet.ca for full details. Brought to you by Sportsnet and Freedom. Taste the freedom. The second period is brought to you by Moore's Clothing for Men. Well made, well priced, well dressed.
Welcome back to the Shark Tank, the compact center of San Jose that the Canucks like a lot tonight. Here's Brendan Morrison to Todd Bertuzzi in front of the net, and the puck went between his legs. Vancouver has taken a 4-1 lead. 4 goals in 4 minutes 47 seconds. 2 of them 30 seconds apart. Naslund and Klatt the last 2 to make this a 3-goal lead, and making matters worse for San Jose. They normally have his good goaltenders, but there's Marcus Naslund with his third, a wraparound, and a hat trick for Marcus Naslund, and that makes matters a little worse again. Without Owen Nolan, with the goaltenders having been switched, and Naslund's on a roll.
And again, a confident move by Marcus Naslund. Picks off the original pass and then just slides it in. Patrick Marleau turned that puck over behind his own net. Marleau gives it to Marcus Naslund, and Mika Kiprasov doesn't get the stick down. Kiprasov off the bench looks very cold and looked very sad on that one.
First hat trick of this season, the 8th of his career. The Vancouver captain with 3 goals all in this period. 3 of 5 Vancouver goals to make it a 5-1 game. And now there's a penalty coming up here against the Vancouver Canucks, so the Sharks will go to the power play. Henrik Sedin will get the gate. Well, we have some more loot to give away. Patrick Collins of Vancouver swiped a free club card and was automatically entered in the Safeway Score and Win contest. Patrick's won a Rogers AT&T wireless phone and 1 year of free airtime. courtesy of Safeway and Rave Potato Chips. And Rick Langis of Maple Ridge, you've won a prize pack consisting of all 8 score and win brand name prizes, including the VTech VT5831 5.8 gigahertz cordless phone, a wide range of quality kitchen appliances and cookware from T-Fal. If you want to be our next lucky winner, just swipe your free Safeway Club card at your local Safeway and watch the Canucks right here on Sportsnet Pacific.
Henrik Sedin is off for obstruction holding the stick, and that was a 5-1 call in my opinion, Jim. Way back away from the play.
What a difference in this San Jose team, but goaltending means an awful lot.
Costello with the score 1-1.
And you could just see the shoulders of the rest of the team slump with each goal that went into the net. And the captain gone, and already the absence of a number of other people, and it's 5-1 in favor of the Vancouver Canucks. Some of the fans here thought Murray Barron should have been penalized there to make it a 5-on-3. Vincent Damphousse from behind the net is stopped by Kuchev. Damphousse again outside Vancouver's 4-man box. Ragnarsson put the puck towards the net. Olin swats at it and gets the puck the length of the ice. And Brian Marchment is back. I guess he's been paid back for that hit, hasn't he?
Yes.
Teemu Selanne. Stopped by Jovanovski, who cleared the puck.
Didn't get to the goalie. Mercifully, it didn't get to the goalie.
Seldom is it this quiet in the tank.
Ooh.
Sharks are offside on the power play.
Need new brakes? Get 20% off parts and labor on premium certified brakes right now at Canadian Tire.
Mark Crawford waving to the penalty killers to stay on. Todd Warner. And you can see the production of Marcus Naslund. And the goal in LA, he almost missed the shot against Felix Potvin. The first one tonight, the little chip in, but the last 2 have been goal scorer goals for Marcus Naslund. And the confidence building with every shift.
He's got 3 goals. Brendan Morrison has a goal and 2. Jovanovski has a couple of assists. So big point totals here in the second period for Vancouver. San Jose still on the power play. Patrick Marleau. Marco Sturm. Jovanovski goes after him. Henrik Sedin comes back on. Todd Warner will go into the penalty box because he got his stick up on Marleau. And the power play will continue for San Jose.
And Patrick Marleau is checking his teeth, and Kevin Pollock comes over. This might be a 4-minute penalty for Todd Warner.
It is a 2-minute penalty. So the power play will go right to work again.
And Mark Crawford, with the score the way it is able to use a variety of penalty killers.
Artem Chubarov beat Ricci on the draw. Trevor Letowski cleared the puck down the ice. Barron and Olin, the defenseman, killing the penalty. Ricci, Damphousse, and Graves up front on the power play. Gilson and Rathje, the point men. Big Mike Rathje. Long shoot in. Barron back to try and get the puck to Olin. Ricci's all over him. Rathje down the boards. There's Trevor Letowski to clear the puck. And it left the playing surface, so the play is stopped with a minute 32 to go in the penalty to Warner. There's Dan Murphy.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. This Thursday versus Anaheim is a Rock 101 Coca-Cola night. 4 tickets and a Trevor Linden bobblehead doll, just $101. For tickets, please call the numbers on your screen or log on to Canucks.com/tickets.
Ricci won the draw cleanly from Brendan Morrison. Marcus Ragnarsson on the other side, a shot just wide of the net from Brian Marchment. Ragnarsson to Marchment again. His pass to Graves. His shot was blocked, and Morrison comes up with a puck. He and Matt Cook start out. They combine for the short-handed goal. Kiprasov decides to play the puck in behind the net. Marcus Ragnarsson gets his legs moving out to center. Sturm on the fly. Got by Henrik Sedin. Can't get by Jovanovski. Vincent Damphousse gets the puck. Olin over to meet it, and he sends the power play back into its own zone to regroup. Past the midway mark of the second period, 5-1 Vancouver, and it was 1-0 for the Sharks entering the second period. Ragnarsson to Teemu Selanne. Marco Sturm to Patrick Marleau. The puck wouldn't stay on his stick, it hopped over it. And Daniel Sedin out with Henrik Sedin trying to kill this penalty off. Matthias Ohlund is up on the play with some room now. Takes a shot that was blocked by Ragnarsson. 20 seconds to go in the penalty to warrant. Patrick Marleau. Marco Sturm, the speedy young German, shoots the puck in. Selanne. Along the boards, Scott Hannon. Teemu Selanne, he let the puck go. Sturm and Jovanovski go after it. Jolson comes in off the blue line, and the puck comes out to Brent Sopel. And he'll lug it out as Warner returns to the playing surface and joins the play. Advance the puck, and Jolson is back. So the teams are 5-on-5 again, and San Jose is now 1 for 6 with the power play in the game. Patrick Marleau. Chubarov stayed right with him, got the puck out to Bertuzzi. Here's Naslund for his fourth, and he's stopped by Kiprasov. Gambling came out to meet him, and Naslund just tried to poke it underneath him. Bertuzzi to Naslund. Checked by Matt Bradley. Hannon back for the puck, and he put it hard along the glass and out.
Kiprasov tried the poke check, missed that, but he had his leg to back himself up.
Here's another chance, a breakaway. Brendan Morrison is just offside. Vancouver has scored 5 in the second period and leads by 4 on Rogers Sportsnet Pacific.
Don Taylor at 10, weeknights on Sportsnet News.
At the Coors Light Brewing Company, when it comes to bringing you an ice-cold, easy drinking taste, we'll be there. We'll be there when the bouncer says you, and you. We'll be there when you dip that chip not once, but twice. And we'll be there when you come face to face with destiny and her lovely colleague, Candy. Coors Light, why not take a silver bullet for the team?
Hey, Esau! Your turn. Hold on. Guys, come on. You've been eating this stuff 6 nights in a row. I thought Frosh Week was over. Let's go to Subway. Sarah, something hot, something fresh made. Anything but round and greasy.
How about a hot, mouth-watering Dijon horseradish melt on cheese bread? Or a delicious hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki?
Dude, thanks, man. Wait, guys. Which way to the sororities? Over there.
Subway, eat fresh!
Molson Canadian Canucks Hockey. Ducks Canucks. Thursday at 7.
We're back on Thursday night on Molson Canadian Canucks Hockey as the Vancouver Canucks play the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. General Motors plays at 7 o'clock. A special tribute will be paid to Trevor Linden that night for having played 1,000 games in the NHL. Trevor would love to play in that game. Not sure if he's going to be able to. It'll be nip and tuck over the next couple of days as to whether he'll be in the game or not. It is possible, and we'll show you the tribute to Trevor on Thursday night as part of our telecast.
Not a good sign when you have to take a day off during your rehab when your knee stiffens up, but Trevor skated today and skated fairly hard.
He's enjoying watching his teammates tonight. Tie in Anaheim, a tie in Los Angeles in which they played extremely well and deserved to win. And now they've been all over the Sharks here in the second period of this game to take a 5-1 lead. Here's Todd Bertuzzi after the puck. Goaltender stays in this time. Bertuzzi, great save, Kiprasov. Oh, he looked like he was done like dinner because he hesitated and stayed back in the net.
But then he waved his arm up, and Todd Bertuzzi couldn't get it high enough to get it up and over Kiprasov's hand.
The goaltending hasn't been very good. The defensive coverage for the Sharks has gone by the wayside too.
3 breakaways in the last 3 shifts. When does the road trip start?
Wednesday. They'll be glad to leave town for 6, won't they?
Yes.
Here's Todd Warner after the puck with 1 man back. Warner snapped the shot. Big rebound. Fedorov just about claimed his first in the NHL. Fedorov, Jan Hlavich, and Todd Warner take a shift together here, and they're just finishing that up. as Rathje moves the puck to center. Nick Sundstrom to Adam Graves. Sopel was all over him, checked him, and moved the puck to Henrik Sedin. Ahead of him is Trent Platt, one man back. Plavich heading for the net, and the pass hit his skate. There was a 2-on-1 that time. 1-on-0, 2-on-1.
Yes.
They're dangling now, and the Sharks are not. Plavich late in his shift. Trent Platt. Now Plavich decides to go to the bench and change. He wanted to stay on there thinking there might be a goal in this shift. Henrik and Daniel Sedin are on with Trent Platt. Up the ladder goes Sopel. Knocks the puck down, fires a shot. Kiprasov makes the save. Jovanovski into the puck. And the Sharks are just guilty of standing around now, down 5-1, wishing the clock would keep running.
Great time, play the last 3 minutes of third period stuff.
Platt took the puck from Daniel, in comes Jovanovski, a swing and a miss as he got into the slot. Brent Sopel. Back in come the Canucks again. Chubarov, Plavich, Letowski just out of his reach. Yeah, Plavich just came right back on the ice after about a 20-second rest. There's a Chubarov after the puck.
Another chance for a 2-on-1.
Yeah. Sean Hines, number 23, off the defense, moves up and dumps the puck in. Quickly cleared by Salo. Chubarov ahead of the play, almost got away. Gilson and Hines play catch here. Letowski intercepts the puck at center. Salo to Letowski. Out with Chubarov and Plavich. Here's Matthias Olin into the attacking zone. He's got Chubarov in the slot. Slapped the puck into the right wing corner. Jan Plavich is there. Nolan Baumgartner off the bench, took a shot that was blocked. Out comes Teemu Selanne for Marco Sturm. One man back, the shot goes wide of the net, but the play was offside. With 4:05 to go in the second period, all Vancouver just about 6-1, but Bertuzzi couldn't beat Kiprasov.
Now there's a safer way to keep in touch on the road.
Personal calling. Ready.
Call Vicky Vale. Say a name or number and it's dialed automatically.
Hello?
Things are heating up. I'll be a little late.
How late?
Very late. Hands-free calling from OnStar.
When the clothing arrives for the new season, it's always exciting for me. You see, I do windows. This year, there's a great selection of khakis, long-sleeve knits, sweaters, and leather jackets. My job is to make sure you look when you walk by. Sometimes I'll even stand there myself, just to see if you're paying attention. I love that part.
Seasonal fashions. Now at Moore's. Well made, well priced, well dressed. Moore's.
Dandruff always on your back? Control it with new Garnier Fructis Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. A new force in effective dandruff control. Contains non-medicinal vitamins and fruit concentrate. Leaves your hair feeling soft and smelling great. Garnier Fructis Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. It's proven. Controls dandruff and helps keep flakes from coming back. Relieves itching, soothes the scalp. For hair that shines with all its strength, without the flakes. New Garnier Fructis Anti-Dandruff Shampoo. Garnier.
Here we go. Here's Vincent Damphus. Hey, this works when you plug it in.
We're back.
As Ralph Kiner used to say, we had audio technicalities. And we apparently have them fixed here in San Jose as Vincent Damphousse takes a shot that was blocked by Dan Cloutier. Vancouver's leading 5-1. Our audio board went the way of the San Jose Sharks in the second period. South, a long ways. Mika Kiprasov makes the save and hangs on.
And the Bronx cheer for the goaltenders. San Jose has thrown in the towel here in the second period. It has gone south. They're goaltending a big part of it, but now they're giving up 2-on-1s, breakaways every shift, and a dejected bunch of Sharks sit on the bench. They know that they're missing a couple of key players, but Owen Nolan goes down in the first period, and that's also a big blow.
A cynic would say they're playing as though they're saying, get our guys signed.
Yes.
There's Adam Graves with his shoot-in. He's out with Ricci and Sundstrom to dump the puck in. Cloutier around on the boards. Nicholas Sundstrom. Graves couldn't stop the puck. Olin holds him up a little bit so that Fedorov can try and clear the puck. Fedorov, Warner, and Matt Cook on the ice here. After a couple of shifts in which it was all Jan Hlavich all the time. And he sits down and Cook is out on this line. Cook goes after Rathje. Ricci comes in with a couple of minutes to go in this period. That was Fedorov knocked down on the seat of his pants at center. Ragnarsson advances the puck, intercepted by Trent Platt. And cleared back to center. The shots are 26-20 in favor of Vancouver. A decided edge, though, in this second period. Teemu Selanne. Marco Sturm heads for the net. Selanne holds up. Hits the trailer Gilson with a pass through the legs of Daniel Sedin. And in front to nobody in particular. In comes Hines, number 23. His wraparound. Cloutier knocked that aside, and Jovanovski picked up the puck. Jovanovski moves the puck ahead to Trent Platt with Henrik and Daniel Sedin. Daniel snaps a shot. Kiprasov makes the save. And he hangs on with 1:26 to go in the period.
Whatever your auto needs, we are the friends of the family car in Salmon Arm.
And we're going to make you smile.
Receive a free gift.
Jim, you talked about guys signing that. That's one thing the players have to realize. It's not their contracts. They're still getting paid. Those guys aren't there. You have to go. You never know how long those guys are going to hold out. You look at Habby Boulin held out for a year. Mike Pekka held out for a year. The players who are playing, they have to play for themselves, and the guys are in the room. You can't worry about the guys who aren't signed, because they could be gone the entire season.
And you saw the list of players in the retirement of Gary Suter, and Koroluk decided to stay and not bother signing because he didn't play very much here. And he'd be in the lineup right now, so there's a trickle-down effect. But this is a team that's expected by many to be an elite team in the Western Conference, and the unsigned players at a bad start may cost them a top four finish or any chance to be in the top four.
And the way Dallas is playing early, that Pacific Conference or Pacific Division Championship they won last year, definitely in jeopardy.
Yeah, remember they only won it by 4 points, but they were also only 5 points out of 8th spot in a tight Western Conference. We're down to the last half minute of this second period with Vancouver leading 5-1. Ryan Marchment moved the puck to Adam Graves. Now he gets it by Bertuzzi. And Morrison bumped Marchment as he dumped the puck in. Bertuzzi's back the other way. He's got Morrison ahead of him. Naslin's coming up late. Ragnarsson in with the hip check. And over the puck is Ricci, but he couldn't get a hold of it to clear it. In the last 10 seconds of the second period, Ricci shoots the puck the length of the ice, and the San Jose Sharks will leave the ice to a chorus of boos, trailing 5-1.
The second period is brought to you by Moore's Clothing for Men. Well made, well priced, well dressed.
Here's what's upcoming in our second intermission Sportsnet News Update. Ask a Canuck featuring Brendan Morrison and the CD Plus Greatest Hits. 5 straight goals for Vancouver, including a hat trick for Captain Marcus Naslund. It's Vancouver 5, San Jose 1 to the second intermission.
CD Plus Greatest Hit, brought to you by CD Plus, more than just a music store. 27-year-old Sudbury native Todd Bertuzzi has earned a reputation as one of the game's premier power forwards.
Lose yourself in the vast selection of CDs and DVDs that CD Plus has to offer. Check out these featured titles. Suspense never sleeps in insomnia. Buy the Wide Awake thriller now on Warner DVD and cassette. The ultimate crime-fighting phenomena is coming to life like never before. Bring home the non-stop action comedy thrill ride of Scooby-Doo today. Come visit us at one of our 95 locations across Canada or shop online at cdplus.com. CD Plus, more than just a music store.
Drafted in the first round by the Islanders in 1993, Bertuzzi joined the Canucks in 1998. Like many big men, the 6'3", 245-pounder took a few years to develop his skills, only recently emerging as one of the game's truly dominant players. Last season was a career year for the big man, using size, speed, and finesse. He established himself as a fixture on the nightly highlight reels and one of the most exciting players in hockey. Another installment of CD Plus Greatest Hits. CD Plus, more than just a music store.
For his first attempt, a 360 tomahawk.
Introducing new Tostitos Scoops.
Amazing. And now the alley-oop reverse.
With a bite-sized bowl-shaped design.
Oh, my. And what everyone's been waiting for, the two-handed thunder.
For the perfect dip every time.
Oh, the judges have to be impressed.
New Tostitos Scoops. The dip lover's chip. Dig in. Let loose.
What does it mean to be the world's largest mutual fund company? It means we're in 20 countries, in 24 different time zones, on 5 continents worldwide. And as 18 million investors already know, it means we make sure the world revolves around you. Fidelity Investments. Get the world's largest mutual fund company working for you.
McDonald's Chicken Select Strips are back. They're crispy, they're tender, they're juicy, they're all white seasoned chicken breast, and they're altogether delicious. They're tasty, and they're lightly spiced, so each bite is real nice.
You can say that again.
Okay. McDonald's Chicken Select Strips are back. They're crispy, they're tender. Well, you get the picture. McDonald's Chicken Select Strips. One taste and you'll be saying those words again and again.
The first intermission, brought to you by Future Shop. Come see what your future has in store. Sportsnet Live at the intermission.
3 goals by Naslund, 2 assists for Morrison, 1 goalie change by the San Jose Sharks, and a partridge and a pear tree. That's the story at the Shark Tank. 5-1 Canucks after 2. We'll get you back to there shortly. First,
yeah,
the 2-minute drill.
2-minute drill, and I tell you what, the Calgary Flames are close to declining penalties from now on. They don't want to go on the power play. Detroit, shorthanded, Chris Chelios. Give him 1 on the air, and it's 1-0 Detroit. Same power play for the Flames. The Wings keep coming. Shorthanded in their lovely white and red uniforms. Kirk Maltby is in the screen. 2-0 Wings, 3rd of the year for Maltby. He's a shorthanded king. 3rd period Wings 2-on-1. At irregular strength, Maltby with the pass, and look who's finishing upstairs. Darren McCarty, what a goal. 4-0 Detroit. They win it by that same final. Curtis Joseph stopped 23 shots. It's his first shutout as a Red Wing. 37th of his career. The Flames go 0 for 10 on the power play. What are they doing?
Lightning and Rangers. Mark Messier scored 2 on opening night. That would be 3 on the year, number 661 career, and the Rangers held a 2-1 advantage. But in the second on a power play, Dan Boyle ahead to Martin St. Louis in alone. Oh, look at the moves there on Dan Blackburn. Looks like Pavel Bure, exactly. That made it a 2-2 game. Lightning go to the power play, and they go to back left possible. Not 1, but 2 whacks. The other is good for his 3rd of the year. Tampa wins 4-2. St. Louis had a pair of goals. The Lightning off to their best start in franchise history at 4-0-1. Nikolai Habibulin making 18 saves.
Best record in the NHL belongs to Tampa Bay. Boston playing well on the road in Toronto tonight. First period, Zvela, McGillney, Sundin. Picking off the water bottle. Winnie Dahl ties it at 1. Second period, Marty McInnes with a shot. Stopped by Belfour. Rebound is not. It's Glenn Murray's 4th of the year. 2-1 Bruins. And before you can say the pride of Carmen, Manitoba, Eddie Belfour, it's 3-1. As 17 seconds later, Hal Gill scores. That's his 1st of the year. Boston 4-0-1 since dropping its season opener, and they also have to be considered among the best teams in the league. And you think of all the work they've done on the road. They win 4-1 tonight.
Tonight on Sportsnet News, after the hockey game, Don will address the criticisms of recent Vancouver Canuck jerseys. How can you possibly take a shot at those original ones?
Oh, if anybody has anything to say about it, it's Don. He loves to talk about jerseys, and the Canuck jerseys are taking a beating in the Montreal press. He will explain back for the third period after this.
How many times has this happened to you? Well, no more with the new Benchmark Retractabit. Comes with 6 preloaded bits, including the most common Phillips and square head sizes. Simply pick the one you want, slide it forward, and lock it into place. And now there's Home's new pocket-sized Retractabit Mini. With 5 bits and a ballpoint pen, it's handy and perfect for precision jobs. The amazing Retractabit in the new Retractabit Mini. Made in Canada, fully guaranteed, and available only at your neighborhood Home Hardware or Home Building Center.
How long is 7 years? It's 1,000 days in the field, or 14 missing teeth. How far is 115,000 kilometers? It's 60,000 laps, or several thousand roundups. To us, 7 years and 115,000 kilometers are an expression of confidence in Dodge's quality. A 7-1-15 powertrain warranty that backs the hardest working parts for a long time to come.
McDonald's Chicken Select Strips are back. They're crispy, they're tender, they're juicy. They're all white seasoned chicken breast, and they're altogether delicious. They're tasty, and they're lightly spiced, so each bite is real nice.
You can say that again.
Okay. McDonald's Chicken Select Strips are back. They're crispy, they're tender. Well, you get the picture. McDonald's Chicken Select Strips. One taste and you'll be saying those words again and again.
Everyone's going to the Walmart anniversary event, where Tide is only $6.93. Norcent digital DVD players are $88.74, and Blue Whale and Great White Jumbo pillows are $4.93. You just won't find a better deal anywhere else, only until October 27th.
In a world so difficult to understand, we need to know. We need the answers. We need to see. We need to be heard. Or our perspective becomes so narrow, we don't see anything at all. Never stop asking. Never stop looking. Never stop thinking. Read the Globe and Mail, where perspective is everything.
Men car 1. Go for 1. Looks like we got some uninvited visitors flying in from the west.
Looking for a little preview, huh?
Better come on in and cover up that car right now.
Roger that. I'm at the third turn. I'm coming in.
The all-new, much-anticipated Accord from Honda.
MakeCanucks.com, your source for the latest news, features, and inside tidbits on your favorite hockey team. Chat with players, coaches, and fans, all at Canucks.com. Boy, what a second period for the Vancouver Canucks. 5 goals in about 7 minutes played. Marcus Naslund, the hat trick. I guess he's not snake-bitten anymore. Brendan Morrison, a goal and 2 assists. He now has 8 points in the season. That leads the Vancouver Canucks. And that leads us into our Ask a Canuck question. It comes from S. Lee tonight. The Ask a Canuck is Brendan Morrison. What advice can you give me to improve my playmaking skills?
First of all, thanks for the question. And I guess with regards to playmaking, you just have to kind of read and react and anticipate the situation. You know, a lot of times, you know, if you're on a 2-on-1, you might want to try and fake a shot and get the defenseman to commit to you, and you can slide the puck over to your winger or defenseman or whoever is on the rush with you. And you know, this is about being patient. You know, a lot of times guys have a tendency to get the puck and move it right away, and if you can take that extra half a second and maybe draw somebody in and then move the puck, then it can free up one of your teammates. A lot of times, you know, if there isn't a stick in the lane or a body in the lane between another player, you can just give them a direct pass along the ice. But you know, sometimes you might have to use what we call a saucer pass, where you just raise the puck a couple inches off the ice and to avoid some sticks or skates. So, I mean, you just have to identify the situation and see if there's any traffic in the lane and read the play that way. Communication is a big key. A lot of times, you know, you're getting forced and you know, a teammate might be trailing you and you won't know he's there unless he talks to you. So, you know, it's a big thing we preach in here is communicating and letting each other know where you are on the ice.
Morrison, Naslin shoots, scores!
Hosting Canuck games, just one of the many things Jim Houston does. Another is a new show called Snapshots. Wednesday, midnight, and Thursday, he's got Oilers General Manager Kevin Lowe. Snapshots with Jim Houston.
The first intermission, brought to you by Future Shop. Come see what your future has in store.
You know that feeling when you move into your own apartment?
You buy your first car.
You know that feeling when
the days seem too short and the possibilities seem endless.
You know that feeling you get when you suddenly realize,
hey, this is my life. I'm gonna make it what I want it to be. I love that feeling.
You can get there from here. New Canada Savings Bonds. It's the way to save. 100% guaranteed. A message from the Government of Canada.
You can't tour a factory over a fax machine. And you can't impress a skeptical client with emails alone. That's why at Choice Hotels we have over 260 locations across Canada. Because the farther you get from the office, the closer you get to your business. Choice Hotels. Enter the get-together sweepstakes at choicehotels.ca and you could win a trip for 10 to any Choice Hotel location in Canada. That's the power of being there.
I'm just looking.
Anxious about walking into a car dealership?
Just having a look. I'm good. Just looking.
Now there's Access Toyota. A nicer way to buy a car.
This new chunky chili.
Chili.
Hearty. Beefy. Yummy.
Chili.
Imagine being frozen in ice for 50,000 years.
Chili.
I'll bet.
New Campbell's Chunky Chili.
You are a worthy adversary, but I will defeat you.
Nikon Coolpix. Digital photography. Nikon quality. See your authorized dealer or nikon.ca.
You're next.
Introducing Mach 3 Turbo. Total comfort shaving down or up. An anti-friction coating on the blades, plus a strip with more lubrication. So even against the grain, there's less irritation. Mach 3 Turbo, new from Gillette.
Presenting the radically redesigned Ski-Doo MXC Rev. Premiering in the new James Bond film, Die Another Day. And now for a limited time, stop into your Ski-Doo dealer and play the Ski-Doo roulette game. You're guaranteed to save at least $400 with incredible odds of saving up to $1,000. For more, visit the Bond section at skidoo.com.
This busy summary of the second period was brought to you by Cal Tire. Until November 2nd, you can save on nearly every tire in stock during Cal Tire's Traction Action Sale. Marcus Naslin gets the hat trick. 3 goals, 3 points for Morrison, 2 for Jovanovski. San Jose's now given up 22 goals in 5 games and counting in this one without Evgeny Nabokov, and they've used 2 goaltenders in this one.
And Marcus Naslin, the first goal, hard work. Go to the net, chips it by Koskela. Second goal, nice little play. Goes after the pass, goes to the net. Goal scorer's goal on the backhand, and a wraparound. Anticipation. How did he pick that pass off from Patrick Marleau? He anticipated. Went around the net and beat Koskela, and that was the end of that goalie.
And Marcus is now tied with Stan Smyl for third spot in all-time hat tricks.
Tony Tanti always scored in bunches. tip-in specialist, and Pavel the flash and dash, and Stan the hard-working. Stan didn't get a whole lot of pretty hat tricks out of his 7. They were usually crash the net, get a rebound.
Off the end of his nose.
Oh, another Stan Spiel nose joke.
No, I didn't mean that.
Oh.
I never afraid to get his nose dirty.
Oh, it's not the size of his nose that you were talking about.
Not at all. Well, Vancouver needs to go to work to finish this one off. Ahead 5-1. Bertuzzi, Naslund, and Morrison start the period together. Mika Kiprasov still in goal for the San Jose Sharks, having replaced Vesa Toskala, and Vancouver goes right back to the attack with the team's 5-on-5. Naslund with a shot just wide of the net, off balance and falling down. And the Canucks continue to put the pressure on to start this period. Mike Ricci with his shooting. All of the players missing from the San Jose lineup because of contract squabbles and injuries, and Nolan played a couple of minutes in the first period, and he left this game with a groin injury. Not a back injury, a groin injury, as Trent Platt goes to the net with Daniel Sedin feeding him the puck. Brian Marchment turned the puck over, or almost did, trying to get out of his own zone. Daniel Sedin with the shoot in. Marchment and Platt go after the puck. Without Gary Suter, who's retired, Brad Stewart, who's in one of the aforementioned contract squabbles, Darryl Sutter feels he's playing some defensemen too much in the wrong situations. And Marchment would be one of those as Kiprasov hangs on. Here's Murph.
Tonight's grand prize winner will receive an all-inclusive trip for 2 to Cancun, Mexico, where you and a guest will stay at the Rio Cancun Resort for 7 nights. That's courtesy of SunQuest Vacations and Rio Hotels and Resorts. Tonight's winner is Angus McLean of New West. Shop and swipe at Safeway, and you could be our next lucky winner right here on Rogers Sportsnet Pacific.
Jonathan Chichu off the faceoff rings the puck around on the boards for Todd Harvey to try and get it out. Vincent Damphousse is there with him. Murray Barron steps up at center and got the puck to Artem Chubarov, who's playing here with Trevor Letowski and Jan Hladek. Damphousse. Now Harvey, number 13, with Chichu, gains the attacking line and dump the puck to the front of the net where Nolan Baumgartner is there to move it away. Trevor Letowski after the puck at center. Sean Hines is there to shoot it back in, only to have Baumgartner move it ahead. His pass is just out of the reach of Warner, who's out with Matt Cook and Fedor Fedorov. A little bit of line juggling here tonight for Mark Crawford, a lot of it for Darryl Sutter. Hines is back under the forechecking pressure of Matt Cook. Here's Jeff Gilson. Hines advancing the puck for Adam Graves. He can't take the pass.
Well, here's a chance for Darryl Sutter to get Gilson and Hines some ice time. Mike Ratchie -4.
A turnover and a shot off the stick of Jovanovski and the blocker of Dan Cloutier. Ricci out of the corner. Backhand shot. Cloutier stopped it. Reaches behind to make sure the puck didn't squirt through, and it didn't. And Cloutier, who was wonderful in the first period in making sure San Jose didn't get ahead by too much, was good here.
And early in the period, you don't want to give the Sharks any life. Dan Cloutier thinks maybe it squeaked through. It didn't. He's got it in his pads. And a sign that the Vancouver Canucks, good concentration. The Vancouver Canucks down 44.5%, but tonight, after 2 periods, 57% for the Vancouver Canucks. So a much better night in the faceoff circle, and the Sharks missed Owen Nolan, but they still have Mike Ricci and Damphousse taking draws.
Todd Bertuzzi's taken some and been very successful here tonight. And early in the season, here's Rathje with a shot, and the net's off, and that's why the play is stopped. Early in the season, it's like a batting average in the first couple of weeks of a baseball season. Your face-off percentage, your power play and penalty killing percentage can move up 5 or 6 places overnight.
One game, play one good game early in the season, then you can jump up the ladder. Mike Ricci is struggling, and Scott Thornton's out with an injury. Nicholas Sundstrom did not come to training camp because he had visa problems, and most people feel that he's not up to game speed yet.
But do you have too much money on that card?
Yes.
Visa problems getting out of Sweden. Mike Rathje lifts the puck in. The Sharks are offside, and it's called intentional, and the faceoff will come all the way back down into the San Jose zone.
And Mark Crawford with the 5-1 lead. able to experiment also and give some guys a little more ice time. Jan Lavic had some more ice time in that second period.
You don't see this much in the NHL anymore, do you? The route, the one-sided game. You don't get many periods like Crawford has here now where he doesn't have to have pedal to the metal.
That's right. And during the whole season, you don't get many games that you consider a laugher, especially for a goaltender and some of the key defensemen. It's nice to play a little more relaxed for 20 minutes.
Usually a 1-goal or 2-goal game right down to the final buzzer. Here's Brent Sopel. Trent Platt with Henrik and Daniel Sedin. Marco Sturm trying to move the puck out of his own zone. Wiggles away from a check. Ryan Marchment to Scott Hannon. And a shoot in for Patrick Marleau. Solani's in after Jovanovski. Henrik Sedin's back in support to help out. 3 Sharks are there. Sturm centering pass. Nice stick by Sopel. Hannon with a shot that went wide of the net. Daniel Sedin back to get the puck. Sturm's right on Jovanovski. Sopel's got a little more time, and he makes a pass up the boards to Trent Platt late in the shift. Henrik Sedin dumps the puck in to facilitate a change. On comes Trevor Letowski with Jan Hlavic and Artem Chubarov. Brian Marchment with the shoot-in. Lynn Loynes, he took the feet out from under Baumgartner, and that'll be a penalty. That's a dangerous play.
And Nolan Baumgartner gets right up. But that's one of those penalties that you can hurt the guy 4 feet from the boards, and Loynes is going to go off, and the Vancouver Canucks are on the power play. Can't beat Baumgartner, so he gives him the stick in the back of the knees, and Baumgartner fortunately got his feet up. And his ankles didn't go into the bottom of the boards, and he was able to avoid getting hurt.
Well, it looked like Loynes had lost his balance and was falling when he did it too, and he knew right away that he was getting a penalty. In his first National Hockey League game, Lynn Loynes gets a tripping penalty at 4:32 of the third period. Vancouver's on the power play. Those 4 power plays include a long 5-on-3 of over a minute and a half in the first period. There was reason to think after the first period of this game that Vancouver was in trouble. Their power play hadn't looked particularly good on the 5-on-3. In the last 5-on-4, they couldn't complete 2 passes in succession. But what a difference the second period made.
Well, and their penalty killing, Jim, late in the first period. After they had a 5-on-3, San Jose had a long 5-on-3, and they couldn't score on that 5-on-3. And I think that gave the Canucks and their bench a big lift.
Todd Bertuzzi, Brendan Morrison, Marcus Naslin in on the 5-on-4 power play. Here's Olin with a shot. Kiprasov makes the save, and he hangs on for a face-off with Vancouver continuing on the power play for a minute and a half.
And now Mark Crawford changing things around, and this is a sign of the times too. A long shot comes through. Kiprasov sees it all the way. Todd Bertuzzi and Mike Ratchie in front of the net. But Fedorov comes out, gets some power play time, and you're ahead 5-1. You're not trying to rub it in.
And Matt Cook gets onto the ice. Jan Hlavic is looking for his first goal. Hlavic had only 3 shots on goal coming into this game in 4 that he'd played. Jovanovski and Sopel to point man. Fedorov. The Jovanovski just onside, rips his shot. Cook was in front. Kiprasov got a piece of it. Fedorov against Vincent Damphousse. Fedorov worked hard and put the puck off the boards right to Marco Sturm, who shot it down the ice. Cook changes up, and on comes Trent Platt on the power play. Fedorov and Hlavic stay on the ice with 55 seconds to go in the man advantage. Vancouver's number 55, Jovanovski shoots the puck in. Ratchie to Marleau, and the Sharks get out to center. Teemu Selanne from Marleau. Out of his reach. Vancouver's still on the power play here, and now Brent Sopel gets a chance to regroup on it. Henrik Sedin shoots the puck in for Daniel. Centering pass at the side of the net. Henrik's there to Daniel. Trent Platt goes to the front of the net. Jovanovski to Salo. Jovanovski again, and he can't get a shot away, but he moves the puck to Daniel Sedin, who's bumped. Trent Platt. Daniel goes to the front of the net. So does Salo. The centering pass was blocked by Mike Ratchie. Less than 10 seconds to go in the penalty to Lynn Loynes. Henrik Sedin on the last rush on this power play. Matthias Olin. Rink wide. Here's Daniel Sedin. Letowski went to the front of the net. Salo's back at the blue line as Daniel plays the puck in for Henrik. Now Letowski trying to fight for the front of the net along with Ricci. Daniel Sedin now. Great work along the boards, trying to bank one in perhaps off the goaltender Kiprasov. And Kiprasov hangs on. The penalty's over. It's 5-1 Vancouver on Molson Canucks Hockey.
The Ultimate Canadian Beer brings you the Ultimate Canadian Road Trip. You could win a trip to 6 Canadian cities for 6 games with 3 friends in 9 days. I am Canadian. No purchase necessary. Must be legal drinking age.
It's the hottest contest on ice. Safeway $1 Million Score and Win. Swipe your Safeway Club card to enter. When a Vancouver player scores 5 goals in a game, you could win $1 million. Or you could win an all-inclusive trip for 2 to the Rio Cancun Resort in Cancun, Mexico, courtesy of SunQuest Vacations and Rio Hotels and Resorts. Get a bonus entry when you buy Rave potato chips from Old Dutch. Extra flavor on every chip. Shop at Safeway today for your chance to win.
The sun turns up the sky. Hey, open your sleepy eyes. That aroma mountain grown can make this day your own. Now you're feeling a whole new beat. Hey, world, ain't life sweet? The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
Wish your favorite coffee came in flavors? Now it does. New Folgers hazelnut and French vanilla. Enticingly aromatic. Rich and nutty flavored hazelnut or smooth, mellow French vanilla. So many ways to enjoy Folgers in your cup.
Welcome back to the very quiet tank. Usually one of the most boisterous buildings in the NHL. The Canucks have put a muzzle on it tonight. It's 5-1 Vancouver. 5 second period goals. Here's Adam Graves, couldn't handle the pass, and that's been a story for the San Jose Sharks ever since the start of the second period. Luce made the save as the puck was thrown to the net. That was Baumgartner that went down to the heap with Adam Graves along the boards. Jan Lavic, Trevor Letowski, bouncing puck. Kiprasov made the save as Letowski tried to stay right on it. Here's Nicholas Sundström. Brian Marchman is with him up on the play. Ricci goes to the net. Well, the intensity has gone right out of this one, hasn't it?
And the tank is half empty. It's not half full, it is definitely half empty.
And the puck is out of play with 12-12 to go in this third period. Jan Lavic had a couple of shifts in the second period where I thought that Mark Crawford was giving him the Mike Keenan. He stayed on so long that he kept him on for like 3 successive shifts.
Yeah, let's see how you do in the 4th minute of your 4-minute shift. But that's a problem. If you sit on the bench and you finally get a chance to play, your line mates go off. You feel you still got some energy left. You want to stay on the ice, especially if you're in the offensive zone.
Maybe they're just trying to coax a goal out of him tonight. 8 minutes into the third period. 1-0 San Jose after the first. 5-1 Vancouver by the end of the second. Brent Sopel off the glass and out. Naslund, Morrison, Bertuzzi up front. 7 points for this line by my count. With 3 goals for Marcus Naslund tonight. 7th hat trick as a Vancouver Canuck, his 8th career hat trick. Todd Bertuzzi's after the puck. Naslund gets a hold of it. 2-on-2. Trying to get pretty there, and they're offside.
Need new brakes? Get 20% off parts and labor on premium certified brakes right now at Canadian Tire.
Not many guys with the long hair in the NHL anymore. That used to be the style, was the mullet at the back. These guys don't even have the mullet. And there's a look at Brent Sopel with the long hair. I don't think your helmet stays on as tight. And you'll notice Brent Sopel's helmet popped off tonight, and so did Mike Ricci.
Oh, you got long hair. You want it to come off once in a while so everybody can see it. I'm looking at the official statistics, and I don't see a category for longest hair in the league.
It's not baseball. I'm sure in baseball they have one.
Here's Matt Cook protecting the puck into the slot. Fedorov's shot was blocked. And after the puck is Patrick Marleau with Stern and Solani. This line had a great first period. Here's Gilson into the play, heading for the net, lost control of the puck. Had a chance to shoot, and he wanted to get a few feet closer to the net, and he didn't get a shot at all. Cook ran into Marleau at center ice as the puck is dumped in. Sammy Salo paired here with Murray Barron. Daniel Sedin leaves the puck for Henrik with some speed into the attacking zone. Daniel heads for the net. Platt comes up late, and all he can do is get the puck to the front of the goal. Nolan Baumgartner to the side of the net. Henrik Sedin's wrapped up by Adam Graves. Here's Trent Platt. There's going to be a penalty on the play to Daniel Sedin. Was that Marchman who he knocked down? Yeah, it is, and Brian made it look as though he was going to take a whack at Daniel Sedin from down on the ice.
And Brian Marchman's had a calm night after his hit on Todd Bertuzzi, as the San Jose Sharks didn't get much life from that hit. Daniel Sedin, the hook, and Brian Marchman went down, made sure everybody in the rink noticed, and draws a penalty.
So the San Jose Sharks will get another power play halfway through the third period as Daniel Sedin goes off. They've scored once. The first goal of the game was a power play goal by Teemu Selanne. 6 opportunities with a man advantage and 10 shots. Ricci, Damphus, Nicholas Sundstrom out on his power play. Gilson, Rathje, the point men. Vincent Damphus. Nicholas Sundstrom outside Vancouver's 4-man box. Rathje to the net. Cloutier to save the rebound. He's got that too.
For complete auto service, come to us. We even have an Express Lube oil bay.
Plus unlimited mileage.
Mileage?
Coming up right after the game, Sportsnet News with Don Taylor. All the scores and highlights from around the National Hockey League and from the world of sports in general tonight with Don Taylor at 10 o'clock, and we'll have a full report from here in San Jose with Don as well. Sammy Salo clears the puck down the ice. Still 1 minute and 15 seconds to go in Daniel Sedin's minor penalty.
When you're winning faceoffs like the Canucks are tonight, especially on penalty kills, you get control right away, and there was an example. Down the ice it goes, and 20 seconds later, the team is able to bring it back.
Ricci with a give and go, gets the return pass, and he's stopped by Cloutier. Paddled down, gave him nothing at the side of the net. Gilson to Rathje. Ricci lets the puck go for Damphus. He can't quite reel it in. Morrison slaps the puck to the blue line and gets some help to make sure it gets out. Damphus. Here's Sundstrom to Ricci. Chipped one just wide of the net. Damphus and Cook come together. Damphus won the battle. Jeff Gilson's shot deflected off his shoulder wide of the net. Jovanovski can't clear the puck. Vincent Damphus with a crowd in front of the net. Ricci's there. Damphus plays him the puck. He scores! A second power play goal for the San Jose Sharks. And Mike Ricci turned on the horn.
Now Mike Ricci has 2 goals now this season, both on the power play. It's hard to control guys in front of the net with the new rules. Sammy Salo is behind Ricci. It's all positioning now, and Salo can't tie up his stick. If you reach around and grab the stick, you're going to get a penalty. So you have to get positioning, and it's hard on Mike Ricci. Smart player. Had position, and in it goes.
Ricci from Damphus at 11:28 on the power play. So the Sharks are 2 for 7 with a man advantage. But the Canucks still have a healthy 5-2 lead with over 8 minutes to go in the third period. And they're in on the attack again with the Sedins and Trent Platt on the ice. Out of his own zone comes Selanne. To Marco Sturm. Selanne goes to the net as Sturm spins. Deals to Marleau, who couldn't gather in the pass. Selanne from behind the net. Sturm's in front. Marco Sturm leaves the puck for Patrick Marleau, working against Henrik Sedin. In off the blue line comes Brian Marchman. And the puck comes loose to Brent Sopel. Matthias Olin Breakaway pass for Daniel Sedin. He dove for it, couldn't get it. And it goes for an icing call against the Canucks. 7.5 minutes to go in the third. It's 5-2 Vancouver from San Jose.
Hazel May, weekday mornings on Sportsnet News.
You'll never believe it. Jared's here, and he's eating the sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
What was that you ordered? The hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki?
Sounds delicious.
That I can't miss.
I'm so there. I'm on my way.
It's a hot dinner idea from Subway. Tender marinated chicken teriyaki served hot and topped with a tangy sweet onion sauce.
Wow. Look, are you ready for this? Check it out. Can you believe it?
I need a hot sweet onion chicken teriyaki right away. Great, I really appreciate it.
Can't blame him.
Subway, eat fresh.
The Ultimate Canadian Beer brings you the Ultimate Canadian Road Trip. You could win a trip to 6 Canadian cities for 6 games with 3 friends in 9 days. I am Canadian. No purchase necessary. Must be legal drinking age.
Our Chevrolet hockey poll for Chevrolet, tried, tested, and true. The question tonight, which of these players from the NHL's West form the most dynamic duo? And your answer was Bertuzzi and Naslund.
Especially watching tonight's game.
Yeah, no kidding. 7 points for that line. 3 goals for Naslund, an assist for Bertuzzi, a goal and 2 for Brendan Morrison. But Naslund and Bertuzzi, the big combo. And Naslund has been Batman to Bertuzzi's Robin tonight. Matt Bradley for the San Jose Sharks, number 28. Faced by Murray Barrett. And pinned to the boards, here's Todd Harvey, along with Adam Graves in the corner. Graves now against Barrett. And the puck is finally cleared by the Vancouver Canucks with 7 minutes to go in the third period. Marcus Ragnarsson is back. Harvey tipped the puck through center. Brent Sopel is back. He and Jovanovski paired together. Now Sopel steps up in the play. Jovanovski and Sopel came together for the last game in Los Angeles. Olin and Salo started playing together. Gives the Canucks a couple of options to play against the top lines from opposing teams, and that hasn't been a big deal in this game tonight.
And on the penalty kill, you have at least a fresh pair out there killing no matter how long the penalties are.
Vinny down Foose to Mike Ricci. Sundstrom goes to the front of the net. Ricci centering pass at the side of the goal. Jovanovski cleared the puck, and Jan Lavic starts out. Nice pass to Trevor Letowski. Artem Chubarov to Letowski. Snapped a shot that was blocked. Sundstrom's back to pick up the puck. Sundstrom to Ricci with Vincent Damphus. The drop pass. Damphus head up to Jeff Gilson on the other side. Hines with a shot. The rebound after Kluche made the save is cleared, not out. Gilson kept it in. Warner to Lavic. Fedorov ahead of the play, just stayed onside. Warner's shot. Took a dip after it hit something and went wide of the net. Now Lavic centering pass. That hit a skate and went in behind the goal. Matthias Oland is up to meet the puck and keep it in. And now Jeff Gilson stops the play behind the net. Patrick Marleau smoothly through center, got by Matt Cook, splits the defense, but at the last moment Salo checked him with his stick and knocked the puck away. Solani had the puck stripped away by Salo. Up to Matt Cook. He's got Warner with him as they gain the blue line. Warner comes over for the puck and dumps it in for Cook. To the front of the net comes Baumgartner, and the pass was just out of his reach. It was tipped by Marco Sturm. Nemo Solani back the other way for San Jose. End of a shift, dumps the puck in and heads for the bench.
There was a good read by Henrik Sedin when Baumgartner pinched in. Sedin off the bench, read it very well, and took the point spot.
Platt with a pass to Daniel Sedin that hit the skate of Scott Hannon. Kiprusoff plays the puck for Brian Marchment. His partner Hannon up the boards for Adam Graves with Harvey and Matt Bradley. Bradley's number 28, checked here by Daniel Sedin. Henrik gets the puck and just gets it deep. Both of these teams would love to play straight time now. Yes. 4.5 minutes to go in the third period. The result is not in doubt. The Sharks head out for 6 straight on the road beginning Thursday in Nashville. Here's Naslund snapping a shot. The rebound off the chest protector of Kiprusoff, and Bertuzzi couldn't get there. The Canucks are at home for a homestand starting Thursday against Anaheim. Here's the Canuck captain to the front of the net for Todd Bertuzzi. In behind the net for Naslund to the front of the goal on his backhand. Couldn't get the shot away, and the Sharks get the puck. Losing his glove was Todd Harvey as he cleared the puck with his hand down the ice and iced the puck. And another great shift for Morrison, Naslund, and Bertuzzi. 7 points already in a 5-2 lead.
So I'm going to be away for 9 days. My mother, she's going in for surgery.
You know your face is painted.
No, it isn't.
The Ultimate Canadian Beer brings you the Ultimate Canadian Road Trip. 6 Canadian cities, 6 games, with 3 friends in 9 days.
What's that?
I am Canadian. No purchase necessary unless from legal drinking age.
What is this?
Delicia.
You had pizza delivered here.
It's not delivery, it's Delicia.
You're being a wise guy. This is delivery.
It's Delicia.
Frankie Delicio? I think I saw him with your sister.
Delicio Rising Crust Pizza bakes up fresh like pizzeria pizza.
If this Delicio is going to be delivering in my neighborhood, I want a piece.
For fresh baked pizza at home, it's not delivery. It's Delicio from Kraft.
Let's review the score and win from tonight. Darren Reed won a VTech digital cordless phone. Janet Cunningham a Minwax signed print and water-based wood finishing kit. Leona Gervais got $500 of Kelsey's gift card. Jill Calkin a Samsung DVD player, and Patrick Collins Rogers AT&T wireless phone in 1 year from free airtime.
Thank you, Pat Sajak.
Yes. Those Kelsey chicken wings, $500 worth of chicken wings, Jim. Can you imagine?
That's just one night out for you, isn't it?
Yes.
Here's Artem Chubarov for Vancouver, leading 5-2 with 3.5 minutes remaining in the game. Vincent Damphousse reaches just onside. Nick Sundstrom comes up late trying to get a hold of the puck. Chubarov for Hlavich, and he gets the puck out to center. Hlavich, Chubarov, Latowski take a shift together here for Vancouver. Vincent Damphousse out of the reach of Nicholas Sundstrom. Murray Barron and Nolan Baumgartner are back. This pair getting lots of ice time in the third period. Hlavich has Fedorov with him and Todd Warner. Drop pass, and Warner's shot whistles wide of the net. Salo keeps the puck into the blue line. Brian Marchment bumps with Todd Warner. And Teemu Selanne has the puck. Lobs it ahead, knocked away by Matt Cook from the on-rushing Lynn Loynes. He's played very sparingly in his first National Hockey League game, and there's an offside call against San Jose. Our Delicio game review is brought to you by Delicio. It's not delivery, it's Delicio.
Marcus Naslund's 8th career hat trick. He was great in the second period when they really needed him. Brendan Morrison, Ed Jovanovski, a couple of assists each. And how about 10 goals in the 2 games versus San Jose, although the Canucks had to get too late in that game at home to beat the Sharks.
22 against this, the 5th game for the San Jose Sharks.
The last time they gave up 5 in a period was back in '96 when Al Sims was their coach, and that was against Colorado. So this is not a very high point for Daryl Sutter in his edition of the San Jose Sharks.
No, their recent teams have had great goaltending, good tight defensive play, and if anybody's explosive, it's usually the Sharks in this building. There's Matt Cook with a burst of speed. Holds up, keeps the puck in. Less than 2 minutes to play in this game with Vancouver leading 5-2. Canucks will fly home right after the game with 4 points from a 3-game California swing and play Anaheim on Thursday. Matt Bradley with a shoot-in. Harvey and Bradley after the puck. Graves is in front of the net. Bradley for Harvey, takes the shot, didn't get through to the net, hit a skate. And Murray Barron comes up with the puck, lobs it over the glass, out of play with 1:19 to go in the game.
And on this trip, Jim, the Vancouver Canucks only gave up 2 points on the road, too. And when you're playing Western Conference games, that's as big as you win 2 of the 3, okay. But you never gave up 2 points to any one team. Anaheim got 1 point out of it. LA got 1 point. You keep those other teams down while you're getting the points.
Think of what they are building towards and the consistency they're looking for. They had a very good game in Anaheim, save part of the second period that they'd like a do-over of. They were excellent in Los Angeles and I thought deserved to win the game. Didn't give up a shot in the last 19 minutes of the game. And after the first period, they've been dominant here against a very deflated San Jose team. Now they'll try and carry this onto home ice. Last minute of play in the game. Vancouver leading 5-2. A hat trick tonight from their captain Marcus Naslund. Jovanovski with a long shot in on Mika Kiprasov. I wonder who Darryl will start in goal on Thursday in Nashville. Not likely to be Evgeny Nabokov.
No. If it's not Kiprasov, well then he knows that he's got no chance of being the starter because Toskala was starting. You come off the bench. He was cold. Kiprasov was their backup goalie last year. He should have inherited the position. Didn't. If he doesn't get the start, he knows the writing's on the wall.
In the last dozen seconds, here's Vincent Damphousse. Hangs onto the puck, fakes the shot. Passes in front. Gilson couldn't bury it. Fedorov picks up the puck, and this one comes to an end. And the Vancouver Canucks have finished off a successful California swing with a convincing 5-2 win in San Jose.
Molson Canadian Canucks Hockey. Brought to you by the Molson Canadian Ultimate Road Trip. Must be legal drinking age, no purchase necessary. And by Subway. Eat fresh.
A hat trick for the Vancouver captain, Marcus Naslund. His 3 goals, also 7 points from his line. And Vancouver's defeated San Jose 5-2 and heads home.